Gracia churns endlessly. A mechanical beast chewing its own tail, convinced it's a feast. Towers of brass and glass rise high into the smog, their edge catching the moonlight like the teeth of a saw. Steam escapes from hidden veins in the streets below, curling upward as ghosts trying to flee a city that keeps them bound. The streets hum with motion, the frantic pulse of gears and engines pretending they're alive, as if noise could replace meaning. Two figures stand on a neighboring rooftop, cloaked in the smog of a city that wouldn't seem to know they exist. The taller one, still as the moon itself, their metallic cloak catching faint streaks of light through the haze. Beneath their hood, smooth lines of soft light trace their face, flowing like streams on a map only they can read. They are calm, unshaken, as if this rooftop were the only solid ground they've ever known. The shorter one shifts constantly, arms crossed, pacing the edge of the rooftop. Their patched cloak flutters sharply in the polluted breeze, each step like a defiant challenge to the city below. Jagged lines on their skin seem to cut against the air, their presence sharp and restless. Following the taller one's gaze across the gap, a private hall blazes with golden light. Behind massive stained glass windows, a dinner party unfolds. Men and women, swathed in brass and velvet, toast to their own importance, their laughter rising like flames from a fire they themselves are feeding. The shorter figure ceases pacing to stand dangerously close to the edge, as if to challenge the wind itself. They don't even know what's happening. They rarely do. This is ridiculous. Miles away, lands are on the brink of collapse, and here we are watching them drink wine. Here is where we were sent. We shouldn't be here. We should be watching the Child of Flame, or the one Unearthed controls, or somewhere that matters. The taller one tilts their head slightly. This matters. Does it? The shorter one throws up their hands, pacing again. They think they're untouchable. They toast to their progress, refusing to notice the sand clinging and digging between their damned golden cobblestones. Most won't see the end coming before it does. The shorter one stops, turning sharply towards the taller figure. You say that like it's fine. Like it doesn't make your skin crawl to stand here and watch it all fall apart. It doesn't. Convenient. The taller one doesn't respond. They're calm, unbroken. The shorter figure steps closer, their voice rising. You'd rather be here, wouldn't you? Far from the war brimming, far from the fire, far from the light, They stop mid-sentence, watching the taller figure closely. For the first time, the stillness shifts as the taller one finally turns to their partner, face shrouded now in shadow. The light isn't ours anymore. But it was. They were. And they're out there now, twisting and defiling everything and everyone they touch. The taller one straightens, the faint glow under their hood brightening. The light is beyond our reach. Because we abandoned it. Because it is no longer ours to hold. The shorter one shakes their head, stepping back towards the edge of the rooftop. It's easy for you to say that. I know this isn't the first time you saw a world fall to itself, but why? Why stay here? The taller one gazes towards the moon, faintly visible through the smog. Here is where the threads cross. And everywhere else, they're fraying. To pull at the threads is to tear the weave. The shorter one leans against the edge of the rooftop. And when the princess and the primordial champion fall to him, when the child burns too bright, when the drowning ones sink the islands for good, we just watch that too. We observe. We report. And we let it happen. Taller one faces forward again, looking back towards the glowing hall. What else would you have us do? The shorter one doesn't answer, their fists clenched at their sides. Laughter bursts through the closed windows from the hall. Below, the streets hum with the rhythm of the city, endless and exhausting. The shorter figure crouches down, dusting away the sand on their boot. I hate this. The waiting. No. The knowing. Time passes as the wind suddenly stirs, scattering smoke and ash between the towers. There is a dull flash of white-blue light, and in an instant, the rooftop is empty. Its watchers gone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here celebrating the second session of the year, but the first with this beautiful crew of the Unearthed Arcanum. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, bro?
Welcome everybody. This is your first time watching the channel and you're wondering what the heck this is. Hi, we're a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, breathing for those that do in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So welcome to the new year. New year, new, same. This is, mostly the same. I mean, we're all changed from time. There's a dice game now. Look at this. Whee! All right.
4.
Okay, we're gonna put that away, I guess.
That's what changed me. Dice cam.
Also,
Yeah.
hey, 2-year anniversary for UA.
Mm-hmm.
Today?
Today?
2 years old. Terrible twos.
Well, not me, but yeah.
Wow.
It would be Monday, but yeah.
I think, yeah, it's
Holy
the 6th,
cow.
but-
My gosh. Yeah. Happy second birthday, everybody. It would be the 6th.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's gonna make more sense now. Before I forget, because I will. Everybody gets a point of everybody gets a point of inspiration. So welcome to the new year, to the new birthday, to the new birthday,
Yeah.
to the birth of our Unearthed Arcanum. Anyways,
Traditionally,
yeah.
it's cotton for 2 years, but I'll take the inspiration. That's fine.
Cotton. Yeah, you got it. I will send
I can't believe that
everybody
you know.
I
one
looked it
cotton ball.
Smart.
Cool. We do have, I believe, Jess is still with some technical difficulty stuff, so we will just have her off for now. Hopefully, she's able to come back. But yeah, announcements. This is going to kind of feel probably a little bit more like a teaser, but if this is your first time seeing that video, I will be running it for all of the new parties in case there's someone who hasn't seen it from a previous one. But yeah, the world is changing in Astera in multiple ways. So there is some things that are kind of coming up on the horizon. I guess both in game and out of game, mostly in game, that could spawn a big change, possibly the end for Astera. Who knows? There is a lot of dangers, a lot of things that are creeping, and a lot of it really depends on what happens here with our heroes here and elsewhere. So super excited for that. There'll be more that'll kind of come into view as the months continue. That will not be the only video that you will see. But yeah. So just keep a lookout for that. And then lastly, if you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch. Also, thank you for watching. I guess. Thanks. You can also like and subscribe where you are. That would help us out a ton. You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. Those kind of like snippets of those videos may pop up on those. So just a heads up. Cool. So I believe that is it for the announcements. Jess is still having some technical difficulties, so Joe, the DM, will read Jess's notes and take the inspiration for when I am gonna kill you all. Just kidding. No, we will allow Jess to have this inspiration. Okay. So this last time we left off, the session began as the Sovereign arrived. Everyone except Esalise bows to him. Of the party, Gwyn does the bare minimum. Alistair nods his head and keeps eye contact with Esalise. Yori continues to sit crisscross applesauce on the floor with his book. Io bows and Prim attempts but gets caught up in her skirts. Amaranthiel catches her. Finally, Esalise bows to the Sovereign as well. While this is happening, Alistair takes a moment to look around, trying to spot any tethers to Esalise, noticing some magical blips, and most interestingly, noticing that Ara Elor, has a tether to Esalise. After noticing that, he tells Esalise that they'll talk later, and she says they must. Also noticing, I will say just a personal note for myself, Esalise also seems to have seen something in Alistair. Rough guess on what that would be. That did seem to surprise her. Cool. Alistair wasn't the only one who was paying attention during this. Gwyn determines that the Archduke is very performative and cares deeply about his image, nothing she hadn't already determined. Gwyn and Alistair have a moment wherein she says she wants to talk to Esalise. Alistair tells her that Esalise is powerful and about the tether to Ara. Something to unpack later. Meanwhile, Io is tearing up the dance floor with Seda and tells her all about sway and fishing. She knows about fission, but not fishing. During this, Io becomes homesick, discussing the food and his memories. Wait, okay, but forward. No. I have to say, Seda knows about fishing. She just thought he said fishing. Jess. Also, looks like maybe Jess is back. We'll see. Jess, I mean, Seda knows what fishing is. Anyways, all right, let's move on. During this, Io becomes homesick, discussing the food and the memories, and has a vulnerable moment wherein he is confident in how he looks, but still wants to know why he's different. He would also like to do a cultural exchange to mix and intermingle with other people. This leads to learning that the people here were thrown out of the summer court, but don't remember. Amaranthiel might know more. Seda specifically does not remember. During all of this, Yori is over the party and is sat down with the Song of Stars. However, he notices that this time the book doesn't make any noise when open. He heads back to the table, gathering plates from midair as he goes, and spreads them out on our table in a very family buffet sort of style. Glorwyn comes by, is alarmed that Yori just took plates that were going to other tables, but covers it well and offers to fetch us some meat. Yori requests Tyrantosaur and specifically no Packle meat. To help Glorwyn with this request, Alistair allows him to borrow a tooth, not without some reluctance to not let it out of plain sight, and Glorwyn left behind the illusion of the tooth. This is what we call foreshadowing, kiddos. I like that. I had to read that because I like that. While we wait, we ask Arans about Sarah's dead brother. He had shitty armor, but was better than the others about the Summer Eladrin stuff. Ara throws a lot of shade at the Archduke and the armor, but completely misses or ignores Alistair's prodding about patrons and redistribution of power when a patron dies. Conversation shifts to blacksmithing and Ara's family tradition. Alistair clocks a fountain in the corner of the room. Io introduces himself to Esalise, and Callisto follows along as usual. Io is very blunt and straight up asks her if she's a patron. She is. He hands over his book, hiding how difficult it is for him to do that, and warns her that it, quote unquote, packs a kick. She tells Io that the book is from the book is not from the lower planes. She tells Io that the book and that the god that Io is tied to, the entity is neither from the upper nor the lower planes. He's also open about what he's been tasked by his patron to do, hunt other warlocks and weaken the patron's powers. Even Esalise is confused by that and tells him to call her the Maiden of the Autumn. The Sovereign interrupts then and asks Io what happened with Yex. Gwyn and Alistair combine their magic to kill the creature, and then when he had to deal with her last-ditch efforts, and then we had to deal with her last-ditch efforts, and that Io destroyed her remains to help his love. Io tries to smooth things over regarding Alistair's role in making Sarah have to come with us. The Sovereign allows it. On the dance floor, Prim invites Doc out, ignoring the rest of the court. Doc, Amaranthiel, and Prim all dance together, even though Doc struggles with the beat of the music. At the table, Petra is overwhelmed by all the pretty people, and the talk turns to books. Theodred has been the Sovereign as long as Petra has been there. Yori asks if Petra knows of a book that only sings for one person. And through the power of science, aka trial and error, Alistair determines that the Song of Stars only sings when pointing north. Yori takes the book and goes where it is loudest, which happens to be the fountain. Before he can embark on adventure, Glorwyn arrives with the Tyrantosaur meat, which Yori cooks on his sword. Everyone eats some before Yori, Alistair, and Ara ends up back at the fountain. Alistair channels his inner Elsa to learn the memories of the water, and we learn that Ara is the only Summer Eladrin here, and they all showed up about 100 years ago. Dryad, who is not currently in the room, was here before the Eladrin showed up. There was a whole thing with the floating Io meat and consent before Alistair tries to rizz up Ara into working for him. Ara doesn't want to be in charge of anything. Everyone heads back to the table as the children finally arrive without any escort of adults. Gwyn introduces the children and encourages them to show off their gifts to the sovereign. The kids made an entire mural of their time with the hag, and Gwyn attempts to highlight Sarah's involvement. Not able to really get the point across, Gwyn asks for some time to prepare a proper presentation while she sets up for legend lore. We have some interludes with the children. Yori feeds them all some meat. Gunther wants to keep his drawing for Kara private. Gwyn agrees and is mostly distracted by a snot-nosed 4-year-old that has attached itself to her. One kid's special interest is crabs, and he talks to Prim about losing her arm. Gunther herds the kids back. One young lady tries to flirt with Alistair, who gives her a farting ball to get her to leave. And it works. Finally, Gwyn is ready for the presentation to begin. The kids start to tell their harrowing perspective of living with Yex. Gwyn manipulates legend lore to be terrifying, attempting to draw in the adults of the room to really drive home how horrible it was for them to just leave the kids to this fate for so long. She also manages to freak out Larian once and highlight how heroic Sarah was. She cuts off legend lore before it shows her stopping the disintegration. Sarah is uncomfortable with the attention, and Gwyn notes that Larian's reactions were always just a beat behind everyone else's. Something unnatural about it, but unsure what. After, Gwyn tries to teach the children to dance, and it goes about as well as can be expected. Alistair pushes the idea that Eabellon can be the heroes and return the kids home, but the Sovereign doesn't seem to be totally on board. Yeah, okay. He's hesitant for some reason. Gwyn and Alistair convince Glorwyn that it was his idea to put the banner up at the head table in front of the entire Verdant Court. Sarah comes over and wants to know what our plan is. We try to explain that we want the kids to be seen and understood and have a voice in narrating their own lives. Then somehow Io insinuates to Sarah that everyone knows about Ara, which sends her into an absolute panic. I forgot about that. Thank you. Sends her into an absolute panic, and she insists that we make Ara leave. Gwyn agrees and reaches out to Prim to get that started. Prim attempts to intimidate Ara into leaving, but before he does, Alistair holds him back to ask him about his tether to Esalise. Ara, having no idea what he's talking about, doesn't seem to know he's made any sort of deal with Archfey and denies everything, seemingly genuinely confused about it. During this, Esalise is staring daggers at Alistair. Alistair tries to convince Ara he just wants to help, but Ara asks for his sword. Gwyn basically drags him out of the room. She finds a dark alcove and pulls him into it, scaring off a guard in the process. Seems as good of a ruse as any, so she runs with the idea of an illicit
Assignation.
There's
You got to read a lot of romance books, Joe.
Yeah, I guess so. She takes out her secret chest and struggles to get the sword out. It's heavy, but eventually Ara is reunited with the sword, and after an awkward moment, he runs off back to the room out of the castle. We'll find out. Gwyn waits a few minutes, then returns to the ballroom. Riding high on the various successes, more or less, of the evening, Gwyn detours from heading back to the table and persuades Esalise for a moment alone. They stroll out to the balcony, where just one look from Esalise empties the place with that look. An extended conversation takes place, wherein Gwyn points out that the children have been tortured enough. Esalise says they look like they're well enough. Gwyn says, look again. They can't hide their true feelings from the mask. Esalise considers, and then snaps her fingers. Easy as that. Then she questions if Gwyn knows what's in Alistair's cane. Gwyn does, and she doesn't care. Esalise takes her leave, and Gwyn waits a moment to let everything settle, then heads back inside. Interestingly, we got a couple things there, Jess, but
I was
we'll come back
rushing
to
at the
that.
end there. Sorry.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Immediately she notices all the kids, even the kids from Eabellon are gone. She hurries to the table and tells the others that Esalise sent them home. Io says they should reach out to one of the kids. Gwyn says that she would, but she's out of spells. Io sends Gunther a message and gets an immediate response. Hey man, kind of a messed up joke. I assume it's a joke. If you want to get us back out of the forest, that would be great. Io tells the rest of us that Esalise did not send them home, and the session ends as we come to the horrifying realization of what happened and why you must always be careful what you say to a fae. Jess, beautiful work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How's my volume now?
Great. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Anything to add, friends?
I will add that what I didn't put in the notes is that Gwen is totally fronting and she's absolutely concerned about that cane and just not going to let this woman know.
Yeah,
We're good. Good.
that's fair.
It helps me walk.
That's fair. So yes, so there has been some inclination. I believe this might have been out of game, but there's been some inclination that of how Esalise might be tied to Ara. If someone can,
I think it was more
We
out
talked
of game.
after.
More out
Yeah,
of
we
game,
talked
cool.
after.
Yeah.
yeah, cool. So characters don't know.
We were like close, and then we like, but
Yeah.
we didn't get there. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Anything else we want to add? Man, that was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
Prim is still mentally connected to Kara, Gwyn, Yori, and Amaranthil, I believe.
Yes. And just to make
Something
sure,
like that.
we're all in the main room, or did Kara leave with Ara?
Kara. We had said that, but I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't believe that to be true. So
I-
yes.
No, I think she's there with us.
All right, so
I-
Ara is on his own back to the room where we.
Kind
Or-
of. So I had said, "Hey, Kara, can you show Ara to the room?"
Okay.
And you had said even like Kara was like, "Okay, cool," but then we kind of forgot about her, so we would have to kind of
But Gwyn took Ara out of
correct
the
to give him the sword.
right.
Yeah.
Kara
I
got
think
lost in
Kara-
this scene.
I think Kara's should just be at the table for ease of.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I don't think that it's smart, nor Kara would have thought it smart to just let him loose with a sword.
So do
Fair.
we want to say that Kara?
True.
So now that we have that option there, I'll say that was kind of what was stated. Kara, do you want to say that you're with Ara right now?
I think that would be the best.
Yeah,
And
sounds
she
good.
is still mentally connected to Prim.
Yep.
So if something happens, the two of them can sprint back from the room.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Sweet. Cool. Anything else, man? I would say above board for everybody watching. It's been a couple weeks. Some of which was just Christmas break. So for everybody here, I apologize if there's a lot of reminding that needs to happen. But yeah. Anything else?
There's a 9th level wish scroll that I had found taped to the bottom of the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Yep.
And I
Forgot.
miraculously just have all of my spell slots back.
Yeah.
Coming
right.
back into the ballroom just took a long rest.
Man, I really was just kind of giving
Yeah.
you guys whatever you
You
wanted
were.
by the end
Just
of that.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas
So crazy.
presents.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yori
Oh,
actually
yeah.
has 5 arms now.
Nice.
That's crazy. That's
That was
crazy.
That was the
That's
wish
one
spell.
that's-
Oh, that was
Yeah.
no. That's what happened. I gave Yori a wish spell, and he asked for
Mhm.
5 arms.
Yes.
You said it. Now it can't happen for real.
Yeah, he said 4 arms, but didn't.
Yeah,
but
count for
he already
the
has
arm he
one.
already had,
so
yeah,
yeah,
so-
yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna
I will
be
say
another
above
good one,
board.
guys.
4 arms. Cool. 5 arms. Ugh.
Nah, that's crazy.
Where's the 5th arm coming from? Yeah, is it asymmetrical? Is it?
There's
in
a
the center of
joke
your
there,
chest?
but I'm just not gonna say anything more.
Stop it.
Making it in our heads. It's
Stop it.
100% fine.
Of course, you just
Uh,
monkey paw it with the giant forearms, and we're good.
Oh yeah, 4 arms. Yeah.
4 arms. Hey, we got a comment from Ominous Glow Games. Howdy. Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Everyone? Hi.
What's up, Bobby?
You're here just in time. You guys ready to play some D&D?
Let's roll it.
What do I say? I say,
we
hey,
gotta get Evans.
hey, that's the one.
Hey, there it is. Yeah. All right, let's do it. We are back in the ballroom. Actually, let's do this. Kara. Gwyn. Roll me d20s.
Oh god, after last night's rolling, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, about
5. I got a 5.
I rolled a 5 too.
No, you
Hey guys,
didn't.
we cannot do this again. I can't do this again. I can't. Last
Rollies.
session was.
No, it's rollies. We both rolled 5s. Let's go.
Yep.
4.
13.
I'm counting down. Okay. I'm counting down, so it's not looking good.
Oh my gosh. All right, cool. Well, it's okay. It's not like Kara would be in a more dangerous situation than the rest of you. Here we go. So we are back in the hall, the ceremonial hall that has been extended out, changed, added with a bunch of gilded sort of decorations to help give the illusion of a ceremonial ball, because that's what was pretty much just insinuated, and the verdant court said, okay, what does that look like? Never mind, we'll figure it out. And here we are. We've been in the middle of it. There has been dancing. There has been some court drama. There has been some looks, some laughs. We are now here in the direct response from Gwyn, Io, everyone at the table except for Kara, in recognizing that the assumption to bring the kids home was not in the realm of the Fae. It's a check. It's a check. You guys are checked. So, without further ado, we're going to take it right from that scene. So you're all around the table here. I would say, Io, you were kind of, you're at least kind of close enough to be able to kind of explain that conversation. I would say, just for simplicity's sake, everybody's here. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. Besides Kara, obviously. So cool. So as you guys are back at the table, this is just responding just from hearing this news. 1, 2, 3, ready, go.
What the hell? So she just pulled this wool over our eyes? Gwyn,
What were you hoping was gonna happen?
Gwyn, we gotta make this right now.
I know. I'm sorry. So.
No.
How do we?
We do it ourselves. Again.
Why don't we just make her undo what she did?
Are you gonna go make her? You're gonna make her do that?
Okay.
Something. Ask.
Yori will start walking towards. Yeah.
Come on,
Yori, just wait. Just wait a moment.
We're not. We gonna.
How do we know this ain't just some game? I mean,
it is obviously a game. Everything
Right.
is a game to them.
You see Esalise just back in her spot here, just
Yeah.
randomly. Actually, at this point, this would be the first time you guys have noticed that she's actually even like touched her food. But she is just grabbing a glass and just drinking it, just watching the festivities.
Where did they go?
She sent
They're-
them
they're lost
home.
somewhere. They're lost somewhere in the damn woods. It was Gunther. Gunther told
Wait,
me. They're,
what-
they're-
So what did you ask for exactly from her?
I asked her to send them home because they had suffered enough.
And Io, you said Gunther was where?
It sounds like he's in the woods somewhere. Don't know where. Just in some damn woods. They're lost.
Are they still together?
I can reach out again. I only get a very small amount of information whenever I ask questions.
I can send
Okay.
one too after you.
I would say assumption is because I think he said us.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so
I-
if they're
I
all
think they might be
together,
together though.
then where would home be for all of them?
that could mean so many different things on what she assumed home meant. You could say, technically speaking,
don't-
people are made up of all these
I
elements.
think you're giving her
She's
too
right
much credit.
there.
She sent them back.
I think we
You
should
can just
Do you want
At
to
the
call
very
her
least-
out in the middle of this? That doesn't
Ask her-
sound.
ask her to undo what she
I
did.
I mean, what are we? Is this just? Are we treating her as like stronger than the the hag? Is that
Honestly, little man, I think she is, but
I don't
we
even
can't
care
let
about
this stand.
that.
Yeah, we can't let this stand.
Well, we don't care then. Why don't we just go ask
Yeah,
her and just
let's go
say,
ask her,
hey, where'd you
Yori.
send?
Let's go.
I mean,
Let's do it.
Let's
She
go.
just sends us there. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And
So you're all
I'll
coming up
start-
to the verdant table.
At least I will.
Io's
Gwen-
I will
with
put my
her.
Gwen's
arm
going
on
with
Gwen.
Yori.
Say for this.
I'm grabbing Gwen.
I
I'm
would like
grabbing
to
Gwen's
say
hand.
that I think Gwen's eyes are fully black at this moment. Like she has dropped all conscious thought of altering her appearance the way that she's done the entire time she's known these guys. Fully black eyes. She is very upset.
I will grab Gwen's hand if she tries to walk away, and I would yank her back towards me. Gwen, not here, not now.
The kids are gone now, though.
Yeah,
I think Alistair's doing this to make sure
Yeah.
that not everybody is going to the table.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not going to the table. I'll be with
Okay,
Alistair. and
just Yori.
Gwen. It's Yori and Io, I think.
Yeah,
Is Io
Yori
coming?
and
Okay.
Io was
I think
walking off. At the very least, Gwen. I feel like Gwen needs to go.
Gwen is actually going to pull away from Alistair and leave the ballroom. She's walking out. She does
follow.
not even look at Esalise.
All right, little man, it's you and me. Let's figure this out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
think we're
guess
going.
we walk up and barring any interruption. Hey, so where did you send those kids?
Well, as you walk up, as it's been,
That's
a
the
thing that-
barring.
Yeah, so the guards come up once again. They block your way, and you see Esalise turn your direction, look at you, both of you.
Yeah, we need to talk to her.
He still yells that. It's just saying, where did you send those kids? The kids.
So just clarification. I know Evan. I assume Evan knows, but clarification for everyone here, and that's in this scene. Sovereign's here. Like Sara is close by. There is a scene that is starting to happen here, for sure. As Esalise is just watching, politely saying nothing, and as the guard kind of turns towards her, she just kind of looks. And the guards say, well, one of the guards is, please, just go. Actually, yeah, do either of you speak Elvish?
Nope.
No, I think I just speak Sylvan.
I does not speak Elvish.
If you
Yep,
respond in Sylvan, they know Sylvan, but you'll hear the initial sort of thing. You'll just start hearing someone speaking in Elvish towards you and kind of taking a step forward.
In Sylvan, I guess is that really?
Oh, yes, if you could just, not right now. The maiden is not.
Yeah, but what if the kids are somewhere where they're
I
getting
mean,
hurt?
Kids?
Yeah, all the
Oh,
kids
the
that were
children.
here.
They're, yes, I'm sure they're
no, they're
enjoying
not.
the park.
They're not. She did. Oh yeah, I can't understand this. So, I'm just.
Oh, she's trying to say that Gwen asked Esalise to send them back home, and then they disappeared. And then we tried to talk to them, and they're lost in the woods somewhere. So there's I think I'm just saying maybe there's a miscommunication, or maybe maybe it's fun joke times, but maybe it's time for that to stop and the kids can come back, and then everything's just a joke, and nothing else needs to happen.
Okay. Yes. Sure. I will. I'll tell you what. I will pass along your message, and if she has a response, I will make sure that I come find you.
As she said that, oh wait, crap, Io wouldn't know what she was saying since she's speaking in Sylvan. Dang, never mind.
He said that he'll leave a message, and then she can get back to us when she, at her leisure.
I think with that, Io's going to telepathically say to Yori, "Hey, what if I try and peer inside her mind? If I ask her, I want you to ask her if she's really gonna do it. I'm gonna try and listen real close to what she's saying, or what she's thinking, and I'll regurgitate that to see if it's true." Wait, clarification before I really say this. Is this Esalise who's saying this to Yori, or this is the guard speaking?
The guard is saying this to Yori. Esalise looked at you guys who approached the table and just went no, and the guards were like, "Okay, you have to go."
Because when I'm saying I'm gonna listen to the guard's thoughts.
You're listening to the guard's thoughts.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
not listening to Esalise's thoughts.
Okay, then if that's
Yeah, no, guys, I saw your faces. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I think they just go in her mind real quick, just
yeah,
secretly.
And that's how Io dies.
I was gonna say, I was like, this is gonna be really hard for me to not just have you start rolling some nasty throws.
Just collapses.
No, I did think about it, but I'm like, no, he knows he knows what she is. All right, but yeah, so Io's gonna say, "Yeah, little man, I need you to ask this guard if they're really going to ask her, because I don't know if I believe her."
All right. As they're walking away, you're gonna ask for real, right? You're just not just like kind of faking it. Like sometimes people kind of go, "Oh, I'll leave a message," and then they don't really leave a message. You're gonna ask, actually talk to her.
Yes, I will. I will check that.
Actually, you know what? It's actually yeah. No, you go ahead. Yeah.
And then Io's casting detect thoughts as Yori says this.
Okay.
Doesn't know what the guy is saying, and I know I'm probably gonna have to make some kind of check to try to mine.
I would say it's a surface thought, right?
Okay.
Detect thoughts is that surface thought thing, right? Is it different for the spell?
For the spell, detect thoughts for the duration.
It's
You can read
a
the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell as an action, on each turn the spell ends, you can focus your mind on the energy of the creature. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So surface thoughts, no problem there. Yeah, he's gonna go talk to her.
Okay.
All right. And you guys, you see the other guard kind of takes another step forward and kind of assuring you go back to the party, that sort of thing. As you definitely see a good cop, bad cop situation happening here with the guards. So the guard goes, and I will say, so Yori and Io, where are you guys at right now?
I'm
standing in place. Are you trying to kind of look basically saying I'm standing at the distance that the guard is closest distance the guard is allowing me to?
Yeah, I'm basically kind of standing kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Yori will just take backward steps until the guard stops stepping toward him, and then wait there.
Wait.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Guard kind of leans in, and you see Esalise kind of turn. And the guard kind of takes a moment. You can see kind of stops us. and kind of makes his way back down to you. Looks at you, Yori, and goes, the red tiefling female.
Gwen?
Yep. She would like to. She will only be approached about the situation from her.
It's just like a deal thing. Okay, yeah, I got it. She left.
All right.
Okay. Sure. Before we go, Glorwyn?
Yes.
Hey, can you go get those kids and bring them back? You know, the kids that were at the party, they were having fun at the party, you know, they were guests at the party, and then
They drew that
something,
nice
so for some reason,
reason,
I feel like they really want to be here, and for some reason they're not able to be, or they were detained, and you know, in the same way you got that meat, I was just wondering if you could go get the kids.
That is awesome.
See that dice cam.
Yeah, dice kid's coming out for sure.
Also, fuck you, Evan. That's amazing. Good job.
That really
That's
is
amazing.
such a cool play.
Just
dude.
give him like collective inspiration for that. Like,
For
That
real.
was incredible. Oh yeah, just you weren't hurt. You all got inspiration because it's UA's second birthday on the 6th. So, okay, all right.
If it fails, Evan, amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that is such a cool play.
I thought it more of a Hail Mary kind of thing.
It's worth a shot.
Okay, so
Corwin.
this is a persuasion check. God, this is good. Because the thing is, I will explain. Glorwyn, I guess it's just because it's been a year. Okay. Glorwyn is tasked to make sure to do everything in his power to continue to let the party go on as planned, especially anything that is catering specifically to the heroes of Iabellon. So it's definitely possible. So I'm going to say this because one, you've been really, really good at not mentioning who sent them there. I loved that. Because that would make it much, much harder. So I'm going to say I'm going to roll, and I'm going to say we need to add 5 to it.
Okay.
So, and that's going to be the DC that you need to beat. Persuasion check wise. Okay. So that's a 12. So it is a DC 17 persuasion check. You have inspiration.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
Fuck you, die.
Nice.
Doesn't help because it's a 16.
Okay.
So that's the first one, and I will use inspiration to roll it again and get another 16. 2 16s in a row. I can't use
Can
nope,
Io be
Bardic's
doing
only
that
for
whole
other people.
action?
So,
I actually,
yeah,
since he's already rolled, is
She
that fair?
doesn't
Because I
die.
totally would. I'd be using the
Use
ring
what?
of the luring song. I'd be using the ring of the luring song if I can give the help action.
So that gives
Actually-
advantage.
And I have a way that it would make sense. As Yori's trying to convince Glorwyn of this, he's just slowly kind of hearing where he can't necessarily know if this is him hearing this for real or if he's hearing it in his head, but Glorwyn, we love you, Glorwyn. You're the best host. And it's like it's everybody, even the sovereign, like the kids. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything I will say? I love that this is happening no matter what, because that's beautiful. I love that so much. So is there anything else? Because above board, Yori, what do you have in persuasion?
I have a +3, so I rolled two
Okay.
13s in a row. Yeah.
So still, I mean, above 50%. So I will say, before we roll again, is there anything to add +1 to this? Let's just make sure beforehand.
You have a bardic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't use it.
I can't use Bardic on myself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mm.
fair.
Yep.
Crap. Do
I
have
don't think
anything to
any of
add
the
to-
Yeah, if anything, there'd be one that might give you advantage, but it wouldn't give you a plus, right?
But then I haven't
Yeah.
really given you the
Yeah.
otherwise, so, yeah.
Okay.
the Giants might give you a persuasion bonus.
Yep. Sure does.
So
I mean, if you
people
wanna
people
create a
like
scene-
it when you're big. All right.
Yeah. All right. Use that advantage, and so we'll say you already used the inspiration. This is the advantage from the first one.
You roll a 16 again.
Just making sure. Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Oh.
a nat one. So,
No.
God.
The dice are telling a story. You know
Dice are
what?
telling a
Yeah.
Dice are
story.
telling a story.
There's- I guess the mask of the I probably don't have the golden mask of the harpy queen. I don't think gives you advantage. I think it gives you the you can use suggestion.
Yep.
All right.
You would have to
Cool.
wear it too. That's the big
Yeah,
thing with
yeah,
that.
and I don't think he has it on him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, valiant effort. You see Glorwyn. Oh, I I don't really work in that way. If there's something specific, party favors, things like that. You need the dance hall to be a little bit bigger. I can move those things. I know that seems like rather large for not someone so small, but something so small. But yes.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, can you find out where they went? At the very least, because I think, I mean, Esalise might know.
Yes, absolutely. I can do that. With a 16, I certainly could. That's enough. And you see him pop away. Feywild know what you roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. They feel it in their bones.
Cool. This is actually very useful, I would say. Seconds go by. And then Glorwyn pops back in. Oh, well, it is rather dark, but a warm area. I would say there's somewhere deep in the woods of the Sealy Court.
Okay, that's weird definition of home. But thank you. That's really helpful. You've been very great. And do I like tip or you? That's what I've no. Okay. Well, you're I'm gonna figure you out, Glorwyn.
I will tell you this: in my years of servicing and being available for every party, I recognize when there is an awkward goodbye. So I will just say, "Ta-ta" when you need me. I will be
Okay. I'm gonna free you.
Sorry, what was that?
Nope, nothing. See you later.
Okay, great.
I guess
As
let's
we're-
go get Gwen. Unless you have any
yeah.
other ideas.
No, that was a great idea. Yeah, let's go get Gwen. And then as he turns to leave, side eyes, homegirl.
Esalise?
She turns into a pillar of salt. Just kidding. No. She does
Never
not
look
seem to be
back.
looking. Yeah. Never. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. So with that, I think we're going to, in this moment, we're going to kind of flash to where Kara and Arilor is. As you guys are, as you were going with Ara, stepping We'll say that you were. Jeez. You'll say that you were also with Gwen because Ara went from the situation with Gwen, which was in the hallway outside of the chamber, to now being outside. Correct?
I
He didn't
wasn't
come
here
back
last
in.
week.
I think we told him to go back to the room
Yes.
where we all got ready and where we'd been staying. Whether he
Gotcha.
did or not, because Gwen, there would have been probably an overlap of time where Gwen went back
Okay.
in, talked to Esalise, and Kara left to go to Ara.
No,
So-
you know what? That's so much easier. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, I will say, I do love.
So we
the-
go back to the sex room.
I do love the insistence of, but I mean, we don't know where Ara went. I love you guys distrust me in a trustful way so much.
We absolutely do.
And just for that, guess where he's in? The sex room.
Yeah.
For those just joining us, that's not what that is at all. It's a
No,
long
no, it is.
story.
It's 100%. There are
Stop it.
swings.
That's not
100%. There's
There-
like
No.
flogs,
That's where all
everything,
of us stayed for
Yeah.
for a night or two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
handcuffs.
Believe it or not,
every one of
also
us.
a pommel horse. I
Wow.
don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
Dude, we're all make believing we're wearing leather armor. What did you expect was going to happen?
God.
I sent my
Someone
old
signed
DM
this.
the link to watch tonight.
Oh God.
my parents to watch. So if you're watching tonight for the first time, Mom and Dad, hi.
Quick, get out your secret chest.
Yes.
Right there.
Mom and Dad. Hi. First off, also, none of that is true. It is a running joke that now has a bunch of strangers included into it. Okay, cool. You guys are now in the room with the
Sex
fountain and the
Foot
and
mural.
The
There are
room where it
fountains there.
happened. There's definitely a foot mural. Has to be.
What says sex room with a fountain? Don't answer that. So like the okay.
I
so it's-
can if you want me
So
to.
it's so there's
Jesus Christ. Happy New Year.
Oh my God, guys.
there is
Oh, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. So it's definitely a thing.
there. God damn it, Evan! Oh my god. There are green vines coming down from the walls.
No, you are making this so easy.
I'm trying to describe the room. All right, you go back to the room where all your stuff is. Hara comes
Totally
in and
different
goes,
room.
"Whoa, why are we in this room?" Just kidding. No, he doesn't. He comes into the room. You see him. You see. Fuck me. God damn it. I'm trying to role play. All right, I'm role playing the character now because he's angry and upset. The jacket. Fuck me. The jacket is not his. And that's why he's like throwing it off. Okay? Takes the God damn. We're never gonna get out of this.
I'm
Takes
just
jacket off,
following along.
Throws in the corner of the room. Yeah. Throws in the corner of the room and just sits down near the fountain.
You good?
I guess that could have gone worse.
No one was stabbed.
Yeah, I said worse, not better. I don't even understand why, like, I needed to leave. That wasn't that wasn't fun.
I imagine if I left with him, I don't know why he needed to leave either.
There was probably some insinuation stuff of basically saying that Sora was now incredibly uncomfortable with him being there because of some people who convinced that everybody knows.
I think you can probably guess why you had to leave. I'm sorry. It was probably not, this whole thing was probably not the best idea. This group's not good with company anyways, and then we just were spotlighted at a ball, so I'm surprised no one's died yet. And I'm sorry you're kind of caught in the middle of our shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, at some point during the night, someone talked about the idea of like why I was even still here. Maybe they're right.
Do you want to leave? What's stopping you from going to the Sealy Court, going somewhere else entirely?
Kind of like does a very like long sort of like pointed look at you and just, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. What was just threw me out of our court. So yeah.
I'm sorry. And I don't think I can help with this situation at all, but if you wanted to get away, there's some people I could send you to who would definitely hire someone with your skills. Could be a change of scenery.
Where in your world?
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the only world I know.
I know nothing about that world.
It would be an adjustment, but it would also be a change. It's an offer, an option, if you wanted to get out of here.
Persuasion check.
Oh, I'm so scared of my dice.
I'm gonna roll this one.
Joe. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
For a 20. Where's my persuasion? 26.
26. Wow. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, if I go, you have to. I mean, they eat like normal food, right? Sorry.
Well, what have we eaten since we came here? What constitutes a meal here?
I mean, weirdly enough, we've eaten crazy food, but not because of the Feywild, because Alistair got Tyrannosaur meat. most of the food seems to be like vegetable based, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
that weird.
I mean, you could probably eat pretty similar if that's a concern. You might eat a lot more fish where I'm offering you to go, but I mean, if you want to stay here, that's absolutely obviously your choice. I'm not pushing you to leave, but sometimes a change of scenery is good, even if it's just for a little while. There's nothing that says you can't come back.
You see him like genuinely kind of smile at that. One of the weirdest things about your world is I imagine I have a lot to learn about how time works there.
You know, it's kind of felt the same since I came here. I don't know if time's running differently there or if it's stepping through the planes that time is variable.
Well, there's the whole kind of like Fey part of a while or some time.
Oh yeah, there are you'll learn how to keep a schedule, that's for sure.
Let me and you see him like kind of like look down at his sword. Let me think about it.
Well, in case shit hits the fan as it's prone to do with this group, if you ever do decide you'd be trying to get to Dare's Wharf, look for a tiefling named Hadrian and tell him I sent you. You're the best damn blacksmith I've seen, so weaponsmith. And the Burning Rose could use you.
Okay.
And I think you'd fit in well in the Burning Rose.
Why is that?
Your personality, I think, would fit well with a lot of the people there.
I never imagined hearing that associated with me ever.
I think Francis would very much like to meet you. You two could be a great partnership.
And Francis is like a
He's an
deity
artificer, but
Oh, okay.
no. He's another tiefling, an artificer, quite skilled at crafting.
Okay.
He'd set up a beautiful workshop for you.
I don't know how to say this without being
Mm-hmm. Just say it.
Tieflings, the horns, right?
Yeah, like Gwyn and Io.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
they both look incredibly different. Tieflings, like Galadrin, are incredibly varied, so.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, if you don't mind, I mean, just, you should go back to the party, and I'm gonna stay here. You've given me a
Insight
lot to
check.
think about. Yeah, go for it.
It's a 24.
He plans on staying there. He is honest about that.
Okay. Well,
Or a notebook.
I'm going to, that I was going there. I'm gonna go to our bags.
And you pull out an
And
apple.
so technically I'm guessing nobody has their notebook with them in their ball outfits, right? You have your
That's a
notebook?
Fair point.
Joey would.
Unless
Yes.
Alistair...
There's a couple of things he had on him, and I think that's one of the things he
Yeah.
might.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
There's a bigger jacket and make it a little bag within the jacket or pockets in the jacket. Yeah.
She's gonna go to her bag and pull out her sending book and give it to Ara and say, you might see a lot of weird shit in here. This is how we write and communicate over long distance. It sends messages over long distance to everyone in the group. But that way, like, if you need us, you can just write in here real quick, like, hey, I need you for backup. Or if you are heading out, if you decide one day to head to Dare's Wharf, you can just write in this and I'll get the message and make sure that Hadrian knows you're coming.
You don't have like a sending stone or something?
No. Well, I mean, I do. She holds up her bracelet, but it only goes to Hadrian. And if you haven't noticed, the group I travel with is a bunch of nerds, so of course they picked a book.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, just gonna have to figure out how to try to see if I remember how to write.
I mean, okay.
I know how to write.
I mean, some people don't. I didn't for a long time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to... Fuck.
You're good. You're good.
All right. Yeah, I'll just stay in here and protect the rest of your stuff.
Yeah, take your time. And let us know if you need anything.
Thanks, Gar.
She's gonna head out back to the party.
Okay. Meanwhile, beautiful. Very nice. Meanwhile, Gwen, where are you headed to?
I think she heads straight for the entrance/exit, fresh air, and towards the library.
Okay. Got it. As you head out into the night, going from the sort of extended sort of, so you're really not maybe like 2 or 2.5 stories up sort of thing, extending down the staircase, going into, I mean, because the library is into town, so you're basically kind of like making that journey sort of in that direction. Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Gwen, what's on your mind?
She is thinking that she is just so very tired of these higher beings thinking that they can just play however they want, with whoever they want, whenever they want.
As you descend the staircase, you pass by guards who kind of like turn, look questioningly at you, but I would say you, so do you still have your like your leaf brooch like or somewhere on you? I'd say if you flash that, they're gonna let you go, no problem.
No, she totally would have torn it off. It's maybe in her hand, but if Alistair didn't stop her, she would have taken it off.
Okay.
And is like clenching it.
You got it. Okay. One of the guards, it's weird because you're descending the staircase, so there's like a level of like, why would they be stopping you if you're leaving the area of protection? But one of the guards does kind of come up to you originally starts speaking in Elvish. Does Gwen know Elvish?
No,
Starts
she doesn't
speaking
have
Elvish.
comprehend languages right now.
Kind of like puts a weapon in front of this guard. Like puts a weapon in front of himself, but like kind of like having that kind of like ready and like, you know, flat edge sort of facing you. But
I think
Starts
before
talking
he
to
even
you.
says anything else, she's just going to say to him, "You're going to want to let me by." And just start walking.
Depending on the distance from the ballroom to this gate, Alistair's somewhere between 60 and 100 feet behind her.
Okay.
She wouldn't have been going too fast. She would have let you keep up. She's not trying to get away from you.
Okay.
Cool. So I think at the stop of this, Alistair, you see Gwyn.
Mm-hmm.
So you would see Gwyn like probably about maybe, honestly, like you'd only be like 30 feet from her before the guard is eventually letting her pass.
Gwen! Just wait! Please!
She will stop.
Excuse me.
The guard kind of stops you for a second.
In Elvish, I'm going with her. Okay, Jesus, we're leaving. Gwen, hey, look, I know that you're upset, and I know that you want to do what you can right now, but she has centuries on us. We can take 20 minutes. We could take 20 minutes.
I know that, but I'm not going to go back and beg for her to undo what she did. We'll figure it out ourselves. We don't need her. We don't need any of it.
Okay.
And she's just going to keep walking towards the library.
Okay. What do you expect us to do? What are you thinking?
I don't know, but I am so tired of them just thinking that because we are mortal and weak, they can walk all over us. Telling us that we have to do what they say, or they will take away your power. Saying that you pervert nature by stopping something from happening. And then sending children, who knows where, for fun. To what? Say, oh yes, you're just this puny little person. Let me make fun of everything that you do. Make light of it. It's bullshit. And she's going to look very quickly at the cane and then back up.
Okay. Well,
and I don't need them. We don't need any of it.
what do you mean by make them pay?
So when I stopped that disintegration from taking Yori, and the Raven Queen was insulted, maybe? I don't know. That's where I was. And to get back to you, to everybody, I had to trade a soul or something.
Whose soul?
I don't even know. Some half-elf? Did I get the name? I got the name, right? Or did I just
You
get an
didn't get the
image of
name.
her?
I don't think you got the name.
Some blue hair. I don't know who. I have to find her and bring her there.
The Raven Queen?
Yes.
Do you know, I would always be there to help you deliver
I know.
anything to anyone.
I know. And I'll do it because it's what I had to do, but that's it. I'm done. I'm not trading any more to them. Any of them, whatever that means.
As you guys are talking, there's a moment that you're having to stop as this family is walking by. male and female, and you see the seemingly mother is carrying a small elven child. As they're walking by, Alistair, being able to hear Elvish. Maybe time. Sorry, hold on, honey. Maybe time for you to walk. Okay, let's walk the rest of the way. Puts the child down. They pass by. Sorry, excuse us.
Do you have any indication of where they're heading?
Home. They actually like in the span of like the important one you've met. You look at their like nothing shoddy here, but you get the feeling that these are more commoners.
So they do actually care about families, some of them anyway. You did notice that none of the kids had parents come to this thing. Those kids were afterthoughts to those people in there. Collateral damage. And she just sent them away like they were nothing. Like they meant nothing.
To them, they didn't mean anything. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but to some people, everyone else is just a pawn to be used for whatever deal or bargain or whatever it is they need. And
Is that how
maybe
you view everybody, Alistair? That's still how you view them?
not everyone. Everyone has their uses, though. Right?
And what if they didn't? What if they had no use? What if they were just a girl, just a guy, just a person?
I don't know. I haven't met that person yet. But since you bring this up, since you... I mean, look, we're in the Feywild. We're way out of our element right now. We are making things up as we go along. So, will you do me just one favor? Just one.
You know I will.
Every day has been a gift. But I don't want to miss something. So, here's my favor I have of you. Gwen, tell me something I don't know about you. For real, Gwen. Not Gwen from the Ludus, not Gwen and Celeste. The real you. Tell me something I don't know.
I've been in love twice before. You know a little about Owen? How that ended? In Morakaba, there was someone. He was not a good person. He fooled me, used me, made a fool of me. And I didn't see it till it was too late. And now there's you. I love you, Alistair. sorry I didn't say it before. It's hard for me to say those words to people because they're so very rarely said back and meant. But I know I don't have to worry about that with you.
Alistair, who's been kind of looking down at the ground, looks straight at you. Eyes clear, more clear than you've seen them in a while. And smiles, reaches out, touches your cheek. I have to go.
What?
Sorry. And I will turn away and start walking towards Ara's shop.
Okay.
I think she just watches him go, very confused and torn between all of the emotions that she's got right now, which are everything from anger to confusion and everything in between. But
Yeah.
she lets him go because she trusts him. So,
Kara, it's up to you. But I think I'll say this at this point, if you were heading back to the party.
sorry, Joe, real quick. Can I
Yes.
just, through the mental link to Prim, can I just send a library and then continue to head there?
Okay, got it. Yep. If you have
I'm sorry, what? You're going to the library now?
No response.
Fucking K.
Okay. I will say this. Kara, roll me a perception check.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. 21.
21. They 21. I will say, in this order, you see Alistair starting to move. I think quicker than you've seen Alistair move in the past, seeming to kind of go up the hill in a direction that you assume would be leading to our shop. And as your eyes kind of like sort of like follow down, you see Gwyn standing in true. I hate to. This is such a sad picture, but I do think that Gwyn is just standing kind of in the middle of this like town square sort of area. The library being very close behind her.
Hannah, this mental link, everyone's connected. So, like, did I hear her say library, or can we only talk to you and you to us, or can we talk to each other within it?
I think how we've established it is that it's a one-way link to Prim, and then Prim
Actually,
can go
I
out.
have message. Why the fuck do I care? Hold on.
I'm just saying it's a one-way link to her and then out is kind of how we've been playing it. Except that Amaranthiel has been clued in on half of them for some reason.
I'm gonna message down to Gwyn and be like, everything okay down there? Where's Alistair going? What's happening?
As fucked, Kara. I'll be in the library. Find the others and come get me. They'll fill you in.
Should I get Alistair first?
No, he's fine. He'll meet us there.
He doesn't look fine. He looks more than fine, which is concerning.
Just the others. Meet us there. It's fine.
Message or mental link to Prim. There's something weird going on in the square. I don't know. Gwyn might be
Gwyn's
having
going
a
to the
breakdown,
library.
and Alistair's walking super fast for Alistair. Something weird's going on.
Okay. I believe Yori and I also leaving the ballroom in a moment. the fan, and all of the shit. I'll handle it.
You want to handle them, and do you want me to handle these people?
I think they're gonna get down to the library in a moment. I'll tell Yori. I'll send Yori that direction then. I will be there in a bit.
Can you talk to Alistair, or should I go get him?
Alistair requested I did not set up a mental link with him. He does not like voices in his head.
Oh, yeah, no, don't want to be in his head ever again. I get that.
That we can talk later about that, because that sounds like you have some trauma around that, and we can deal with that later.
How do you turn on for this mental link?
You
Jogging down the stairs.
You can end it whenever you want, just to let you know.
I think she says that.
Yeah.
She starts jogging down the stairs.
And Prim responds with, "You can end this whenever you would like."
You see a guard go to like stop you for a second, car, and never, go ahead. It just like gives up. Just go for it. Cool. And you go jogging down to try to catch up to Alistair. Oh man, that's
Prim will message Yori and say, "Hey, Gwyn is headed to the library, and Alistair is running away, and Kara is headed there too."
So you're doing this in the same vicinity as them.
I don't know where Yori and Io are.
I'd say you can
in regard to the table and whatnot, and with noise, just mental link, send it to Yori.
You got it. Cool. This is really funny. Hey guys, you ever when you wanted a ceremonial ball for yourselves? Cool.
Ran away.
At this point, we can't hear you, Jess. Might be on purpose. Oh, sorry. That's probably so much louder than I want it to be. Okay. So as they're coming back, there is a Yori and Io. Yori, you just got this. As you guys are what was the plan with you guys? I think you guys were just kind of like moving away.
Well, I think
we were
I said we were going to go.
Gwen.
Yeah, go get Gwen. So we're probably on our way out as well.
Cool. Great. Okay, that works out. Yep. Now I remember. Cool. You get to the bottom of the steps to go and leave, and you see Glorwyn just all of a sudden appears. Okay. All right. Well, we're almost ready. Where are you going? What?
Just got to get the just got to go do the thing.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
Looks like we gotta go find some kids again.
Yeah.
Oh, I told you where they were, so.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you. Now we can go get them. We'll go. We'll just pop right out.
Sure.
Go get some kids, and we'll be back.
Yes, you can do that right after. We do need to have the actual ceremony. That's kind of the more important thing of the reason why we.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Together,
Thanks, Glorwyn. And they just keep walking by.
Well, you need to.
I didn't like the party to begin with.
Go ahead and find Petra. He can be my stand-in.
I'm gonna roll something right now. Okay, cool. There's a door that's kind of like cracked open. Yori, as you walk up the stairs, kind of like pushing off Glorwyn, there is a slam shut.
Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to hurt your nice door.
Listen, okay, but there's been a lot that has been.
I have to use the bathroom.
And if you know anything,
roll me a deception check.
That's even better.
This man is having a breakdown.
Yeah, I rolled really bad. I rolled really bad. And I was like, yeah, he's cracking. 27. Well, then you can come right back so that we can do the ceremony, and then you can go off and do whatever you would like to save whoever you want. But we're doing
will.
the ceremony.
Okay. Love ceremonies. Just gotta go.
Ciao.
Great. Door cracks open. Io, do you go to leave?
Yes, and he's ready to try and slip on through.
Where are you going?
I need
Where
his
are
help.
you going? You don't need his help. You don't. There's no persuasion check in the world that
just a
allow me
kid.
to recognize that.
He doesn't need help. What I'm doing, I just need some air. The gills, they're very parched. I need some air.
Hey. Can you come? Look, do you see this wrinkle right here? Right here. Right? That happens never. I'm Faye.
You can
I
just
don't
buff that out.
get
You can
stressed
buff
out,
that
but
out.
you just listen to me. My job, my calling, my one true purpose is to make sure that all parties go through without any snafus, and I am damn good at my job. I am not from here. I'm not here to muck about in the leaves with all the rest of you. I need you to stand up on a stage and get your award so everybody can clap and I can go home.
How about you just give me the award right here? We'll
That's not how it
go ahead and
works.
leave.
And you see like a bunch of like heads turn towards the direction. Ah.
I'm
That's not
sorry
how
I
it
got to
works.
do this to you, man, but I'm out, and he's going to leave.
The door slams shut again. I mean, this is a very powerful Fey spirit that you're saying no to. Yori rolled crazy. So
All
the
right.
bathroom excuse is gone. You have to find something else to be able to convince the teacher to leave.
Okay.
Suddenly he realized there's a bathroom in the hall.
Yeah.
Let him do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and do this now.
Prim, you're here
throw
too.
Me on, throw me on up there.
You're not in the ceremonial room?
Oh, yes, I'm in the room. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought this was down the hallway.
Nope.
I thought
this is
down
in the
for-
room. This is the room
Okay.
where so you're I would say you hear this that's not how it works because that spread.
Okay.
I would say above board, Prim, is totally up to you whether you get involved or not.
I think she just kind of looks over, just shakes her head, and just nope. She'll stand up. She's gonna look at everything real quick and then just kind of walk over towards the table.
Towards the table?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is definitely not solving Io's problem.
No, I have
Just a heads up. Yeah, okay.
Well, what I was
You took this and said, "All right, I'm going to do this story now too."
well
Um,
for you to track, I want to
Yes.
go there and say, "Hey, we just need a little bit." They had to run grab something.
you're going to
They'll
the
be
table
back.
to be able to
And
gotcha,
going
gotcha,
up kind
okay.
of. I'm jumping the chain on him.
Understood.
Is
Interesting.
the plan now?
Okay. All right. So same thing. Guards kind of go. But I will say, as you approach the table, who does it seem like you're approaching?
I would be approaching. I would try to approach Sarah.
Cool. Sarah's no question. There's no DC or anything of the. You see Sarah kind of like Prim as you kind of come up. You see the guards kind of like put, and you see Sarah just, and the guards immediately kind of like move out of the way and let you come up.
Hey.
Hey, thank you. By the way,
Yeah. So. Not sure.
you now start to hear whisper shouting across the hall as Glorious. I need everybody else. I need everybody else to get up on the stage. It's not just you. I just need everybody to be able to get the award. And that's and
Glorwyn?
yes. How can I help you? Door's still shut. You go to like try the door at this point.
You're
I think
making a
at
scene.
this point he's just throwing his hands up.
Yeah.
You're making a scene. Take a deep breath. They'll be back in a moment.
Lady Vernon.
Tara, the rest of the group had to step out briefly for a moment. They wanted to get a bit of a breath of fresh air. And they will be back shortly, and then we can continue on with this escapade. I will stay here. That is not a problem. I'm not going anywhere. My lovely date is over there. But they just needed a quick breather. It's hot in here. It happens.
Okay. Well. First off, like Sarah goes, yeah. Okay. Why are you coming to me about this? What's the problem? And then Glorwyn is, all right. Well, that wasn't.
They're really bad about communicating their needs. I'm trying to work with them on that.
Yes.
I'm
yes,
so
of
sorry.
Slaps you on the shoulder and it's like,
Don't touch me.
okay. All right. Well, that does change things.
I'm so
no
sorry.
problem at all.
I'm so sorry about that. I'll apologize to each of them if needed. They're not used to this kind of a event. I was trained in all of this when I was younger. They didn't necessarily have that experience. They are unsure of things. They got out of even my reach. So
Yes.
It's okay.
Lady Vern, just a mere miscommunication, of course. So, well, it seems all is in order. And you see the door open for you, Io.
Thank you, Glorwyn.
Yes,
you're doing amazing.
Thank you very much. And you see, like, there's a moment of like this. That was a lot. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I can help you out with? Water, wine, beverage of any sort.
Let's do some water, just because I think some people are starting to get a little flush over time from the alcohol consumption. So let's go ahead. Let's get some water. And fattier foods are things that will usually help with alcohol as well.
These ladrons and their drinks, not including you, Lady Vern, of course. Yes, I will make sure that they are tended to.
Thank you, Glorwyn.
Apologies to you and to Lady Vernon, of course. My apologies to the.
Choose your poison. Say something or move on.
The purple.
Alistair?
No. The person that just left.
Io.
Yes. 1,000 apologies to.
You can tell it to them when they come back.
Fantastic. Great. All right. Well, I'm off.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to go tell Mom on him. Jeez.
What was that?
That?
Why? Am I Mom?
No. Well, in his mind, you are. Well, okay. That might be a little. Point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to handle everything at the moment.
Okay.
So we're handling it. We're getting through this.
Okay.
So.
Great. Yeah.
Cool.
What? Did the kids leave?
That is on my next part of my docket. We're handling it. We're handling it.
All right. I feel like you're more flustered than I am right now with all this. Everything okay?
I don't want to drop my mental links at the moment, otherwise I would have told you. Not something we can talk about here in the moment.
Okay.
Probably afterwards. We can have a little chat, a little tea. I don't know. I'm probably going to need at least 2 massages anyways, but that's besides the point. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. I will say, I mean, I don't know what spurned that. Glorwyn's not really from here.
Where's he
But-
from?
Well, he's like the Sealy kind of one of them.
You brought the Sealy court.
No, I
Mm.
didn't.
With-
First off, Prim, I didn't.
Fair. Understood.
There was going to be a very simple ceremony, and then someone asked for a ball. So, and others decided that it would be best to get help from some of their friends. And
Who is she looking at?
She doesn't look at anyone. She just points her eyes down the table.
Is Esalise down the table or?
Technically, everybody is, but I will tell you, Hannah, yes.
Okay. I'm like, specifically, I'm like, I will roll insight if you would like to see
Yeah.
if I can. But
Everybody else down the table is from here, we'll say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Or well,
Cool.
yeah, you get
Yeah.
it.
What's Esalise's whole deal? Or like with the glowing gold woman thing? I caught her earlier. Is she from? She's not from here. Do you even know who she is? Yeah. Can I? I'm assuming I don't need insight to know that she's.
You don't need an insight.
Yeah.
check,
Okay.
I will say it's the international sign of shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what that is. It's not like she's here to kill us all, although she was probably holding a knife when she was doing that. It was the nope, can't talk about that. Which I will say, Prim, is weird.
Yeah, I know. It's a
Yeah.
cool.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm the princess. I can't talk about the court mage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna go introduce myself to her real quick. You know, being the one that crushed the squeeze the eye, and I got the head back before it blew up. And
Okay.
cool. Awesome.
Best of luck.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Cool. And she'll start shuffling, trying to pick the dress up in appropriate ways.
There's a really funny moment that, like, because you are now walking down the table, like, so Sarah is on one end, Esalise is on the entire other end, so you're
Sure.
actually having to pass by the entire Verdant Court, the entire like table of the higher ups of the Verdant Court.
Cool.
So it is.
My apologies. My apologies.
Yeah,
as I'm like-
It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that for sure.
So, sorry about this. Like, hey, we, they'll be back. They'll be back. Don't worry. It's like, I'm, sorry. I wanted to offer my hand, because I'm like making my way down.
You see, oh, that's good. What's up?
Nothing.
Okay. So I make sure I'm not missing anything as this all is going on. Prim, ironically, you've kind of you've hit a little bit of a loophole here, approaching the Verdant table.
Yeah, I'm there, so I can just.
You're
kinda,
there.
Yeah, what are the guards gonna do? Tell me no? Like, I'm already
So
there.
weirdly enough, actually, as you go down, I rolled for it too, just in case,
Yeah.
because luck is a thing in this world.
Sure.
As you go down, you see Esalise working on her food for the first time, and sees you coming kind of like last minute is to the guard, and it's too late.
Hi. No.
That was to the guard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is she shooing me away? No.
The
we're
guard
not
is
playing that.
immediately running up, and Esalise is like, "What the fuck are you gonna do now? Just go."
Hi. I'm Prim. Kind of offers a hand, even though she's eating food at the moment. Kind of almost like.
Yeah, she's in this space right here, and she's not moving.
Hand right in between both of them. Hi, I'm Prim.
Prim, your hand is in my food.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was a sign of disrespect in your culture.
What can I do for you?
Well, I would like to talk to you about a certain situation that occurred, but I don't know if it would necessarily be good out loud. And as she says that, I'm going to drop all of my mental links.
Okay.
So I think in that moment, kind of everybody feels that like there was a constant pressure and something kind of detaches.
Okay.
And then I'm going to link with her. There's no save. It just happens. All right.
As you feel the connection there, you feel this strange sort of it's not a wall because, as we said, there's no saving throw. So there's no like but you're pushing into a mind that I would venture to say that Prim has never gone into before.
It's fair.
So as you're setting that link up, there's a moment that I think however you imagine what it feels like to make that connection, you've never realized how large a consciousness can seem. Every individual that you've connected with, even for a moment, a second, even like messages, like things like that, whatever sort of like course of action that you've had with others, they've all felt so similar that you've related it to this is how the spell works or the link works. This is how it will always feel. Until now. It's equivalent. It would be equal to dipping your toe into a puddle as the average mind. As opposed to losing your body in the ocean. And there's no saving throws, there's nothing that's connected to the idea of anything really technically negative happening to you. But you feel it, and it's in so many words shocking. Esalise continues eating. But you notice that even as you go to open that communication to start saying something, it's like a cat trying to talk over a lion. As you hear, wow. I am ever so impressed with the stupidity of you mortals. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10. Gracia churns endlessly. A mechanical beast chewing its own tail, convinced it's a feast. Towers of brass and glass rise. Whoopsie daisies. Wow, time flew. My bad.
Yeah.
No.
Whew. Was that seriously 10
Yeah.
minutes? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it didn't feel like 10 minutes.
It was,
Yeah.
It was pretty close.
Was
yeah.
it? Okay.
It started as 5 and then it switched to the 10. It's fine.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay,
Ooh.
let's jump back in. So we are going to we're going to come back to Kara as Kara is running up the hill after Alistair. Alistair, give me a perception check.
Disadvantage. Heard. That's a 2. Plus 3. It's a 5 total.
You got it. Cool. What is there anything that Alistair is doing in the process as he's coming up, or as he's walking up?
I mean, if anything, he's mentally going over what he's about to do. I think he's probably knows he's short on time. He's in a hurry, so he is already planning out the next 10 steps.
Cool. You got it. So Kara, as you are racing up, any sort of like what I think you would probably see from Alistair is like a lot of like head down, maybe like maybe some like mouthing words, things like that. It'd be hard to kind of see from this vantage point, anyways. But are you approaching him? You tell me what you're doing.
If it helps, Alistair is the same as you remember when you first met him at the Ludus in Celeste. He's up against the wall. He's not in the middle of the street. He's doing that, making himself appear as small as possible as he's walking. Not the hiding, just that's Alistair's antisocial thing.
Cool.
I think she would just like do the hey shout out to just let him know she's there, but kind of like basically saying I'm here so that you know I'm here. So you don't, I don't know,
Wing a cane at you.
freak out and attack or something. I don't know. But not like running up and engaging in conversation, more like jogging up and just starting to walk next to him ish, letting him have his space in this moment.
Okay.
Can I help you?
I thought we decided a long time ago that we were doing the buddy system, not wandering off on our own. I think that was one of your something you told me.
I thought we agreed that we just weren't going to follow that.
Well, you know, I thought you'd consider this character development.
It's interesting how it always seems to shift when it's me.
I was talking about for me, but
Just yesterday, you ran off in the woods by yourself. So is that happening today?
Get away. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, time's weird here, so.
Okay.
The few people that are here, which there's not many, there are a few people that are like passing by or like actually trying to like give some sort of like bow or like observance, because you all are very dressed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you're coming with me, you're going to work. If
Okay.
that's okay. Also, do you know how to start a forge? I'm assuming that the coals are probably still warm, but do you know how to do that?
You know how to start a fire?
It's not the same. Okay. Can you work a bellows?
I am very good at following directions when I want to.
Okay. Well, I need to know right now if this is one of those times. If not,
This is one of those times. You can tell me what you want me to do, and I will follow those directions.
great. And then I will stop real quick. Grab your left hand and hold it up. And okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. so when we get in there, I need you to put probably 6 to 8 logs into the fire. We need to stoke it to get it up. I need it as
Did you need this to be a certain size or width? You know, I can just like, if you're taking measurements for something, I could.
you could just let me go through my process right now. I'm sorry. This is how I do it. I understand. I'm sorry. You said you were just gonna help, so I need 6 to 8 logs onto the forge. Then you work the bellows. You want to keep time. There was a children's song. It's just like, na, na, na. So you want to kind of keep time with that. It's
I
helpful.
don't know many children's songs. They didn't teach us
Okay,
those
so
in the orphanage, but
1, 2, 3, 4, like a waltz.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. On the even numbers, you push down. Okay. All right.
Evan, don't.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I know. It's fine.
All of us music people just went, waltzes in 3. But yeah, it's all right. Continue.
It's super dirty, so it's fine.
I do think Alistair saying it's like a waltz and doing 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually perfect. I love that a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Yeah, and then we're gonna head in there. I have some leftover, or some of the metals that I found from, or in his shop, the random bits of metal. Grab those. So that we're gonna put those into a crucible. Do you know what a crucible is? It's like a jar. Then all right. We're gonna put it in there. And okay, are you sure you want to do this? Because
Why don't you just point and I'll do? The terms are probably not going to be helpful.
okay, sure. I tell you what, get the fire going. I'm going to get the metals melted down. If you could find, or I should have a mold somewhere of roughly this size circle. If not, that's fine. But if you could look for that, that would be great.
Okay. I want to insight check him.
Yeah.
Not using my gift at all, just like a general vibes check of how's Alistair doing right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not great, I know is probably the answer, but she's just trying to figure out. Or maybe he is great. I don't know. We're gonna insight check it.
Roll it.
29.
2. That level of excitement that a kid has coming downstairs on Christmas morning and seeing underneath the tree, but also he has to leave in 10 minutes. So
what did you roll in response? Hold on, I gotta know. What was the 2? Just the die?
I just rolled it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to be using guidance on myself in every step of this process to try to be as useful as possible to him.
Great.
Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, I think like going through it. So Kara, I will say, like, as you guys are working through stuff, you find there isn't really a mold for what Alistair's looking for in Ara's stuff. But you there's a moment where you think about it, and it's like it's closed up, but it's not its own separate shop. They kind of work in this sort of like open sort of area. You see, oh crap, I just lost his name. The armor smith's shop, which is also like closed, but is very easy to see.
Nothing's closed with a robe.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, there's a moment of just like thinking like, I wonder, and you go over there and you definitely find that stuff. And you guys start to get to work. I will
I have no idea
say,
what we're working on, but I'm here for it.
yeah, what you are working on is somewhat, from my understanding, is actually relatively simple and kind of built into someone's class system. But what I will say is, Alistair, give me a I'll say your choice in this. It's always a kind of a little bit weird with I know it's cleared up in 2024, but in this version of it, I'll say your choice of either sleight of hand or I'll say, actually, in this case, roll me an Arcana check. We'll do that.
Could he have gotten guidance?
Yes, absolutely. I like that.
Oh, he doesn't fucking need it. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a 33.
Yeah, we're making this tonight.
Yes.
So I will say I'm going to pause you guys there just because time is going to pass as you guys are doing this. But beautiful, I love it. You guys are. I'll say in this point, unless you think there's moments that your personalities specifically sort of a clash in some ways, there's actually this weird sort of moment of like you both have something to do that is with each other and having this like sort of so. Is it bonding? I'll leave that to you guys to decide. But it is kind of a moment of like, there's very little. There might be like a snide comment here or there, but there's very little to like be able to be in conflict on here, which is a nice. I don't know. I mean, your characters will feel how they feel about it. So, meanwhile. Gwyn, Io, Yori. Well, Io and Yori, you guys are walking. Yeah, Io, you get out. I do need to hear a little bit about this. Io, you kind of like slip out from the door. Yori, I don't imagine you're very far behind.
I think he made himself have to use the restroom, so he's just getting out of the restroom, coming back from that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You see Io just like kind of like open the door, closing it.
Damn, man, are you? You'd think priorities would take place. They really don't. Do they not see these kids as kids? Shit.
They might see the kids as like it's currency or they take kids in the Feywild a lot. It's like seems like a really common theme. They seem those kids seem a little older than I don't know, but the thing to do is try to is never to play the game. This is never to try and make the deal or let's just go get the kids. If it's the hardest possible path, you just do that one because all of the cheats, the easier paths, they're just gonna be tricks.
Yeah,
I need to go to
Gotcha.
the forge. Do you know where Gwen went?
I don't, and since I can't see her, I mean, I could always send her, but that
I
takes a
think
bit
at
out
that
of me.
time you guys would get a message in the notebooks.
Yeah, I was about to write in the notebook anyway. I was pulling out, so
Perfect. Yeah, so you open it up to see it, and you see something scrolling.
I did tell Yori before the link dropped that Gwen was going to the library.
Okay.
And that's all it says is just library in like the harshest, most angriest strokes you've ever seen.
Big
Okay.
line across it.
Like basically tears through the paper.
Wasting so much
Absolutely.
paper to do that. Yeah.
nobody ever uses it anyway.
Ara's like, what the fuck?
Nalani back in Dare's Wharf probably is just opening up. Babe, you see this?
I write back. Does anybody know where Ara went?
You
Which
would not get a
was-
response from Gwen.
Nope. Library.
But
No response.
doesn't Ara get that?
Ara would
Did
get
you
it.
write it in common
Oh
though?
yeah. Fuck. I'm sorry.
But if it's written in common and not Sylvan or Elvish,
Doesn't mean obviously I would have written it in common, sure, but it doesn't mean he doesn't get it.
I do think there's
Common.
something with like the name.
Right.
There's so I'll roll for it. That's fair. I'll roll for it. Is this a dice cam worthy roll? I don't care. It's the first day. It's a nat one.
Everything.
oh,
That one.
nice.
Apparently, we spell
God.
names differently from common and Elvish. It's spelled
It's
Sure, glad I got
Sylvan
this
is
out.
Cyrillic and common. Yeah, it's just a different
I mean,
alphabet.
I feel like Yori would be more likely to use Sylvan for the name, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
Well,
not
I will
knowing,
say
it's this. This is I know
I'm
it's
rolling-
this, but yeah.
I'm rolling for Ara's understanding.
Right, or
for
does it do
Yori
anything,
to
or does it even pick it
understand.
up?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's up to you.
right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess the notebook. Kara might not have the notebook on her. This it's definitely not on her. If it's with the, yeah, too many daggers.
We cut to Ara like looking through the other. I wish I knew how to read any of this. These notes that you guys have.
Also, yes,
What
way
is
too many
this?
daggers on her
Yeah.
dress right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just going straight to the forge then. I'll meet you back at the library.
I'll be honest with
Unless
you.
you want to come, you come with me to the forge.
You're gonna pass Gwen, unless Gwen is going into the library, which is not
No,
close.
Gwen is fully into the library.
Okay.
Right.
Gwen,
If
tell me how
Houston
you
is
get in
there,
there.
she's is Houston around?
Yeah.
Because she sent him there.
Yeah.
She
That's right. To get
like,
the list.
mentally connect with him and tell him to open the door.
I think
for
it
her.
took all this time, and you see Houston like kind of like hop up on a like a fenced in
Yeah.
sort of like ledge, and just like looks at you just
Open the door.
with a face that clearly says, "If you were gonna be here, why did you make me get this?"
She's just going to, through the bond, this poor cat is just going to get so many emotions it does not understand. And like, probably what comes through is just her desperate need to be inside this library right now.
You get, yes, I love that. Houston literally kind of like gets physically just knocked off the post with the amount of emotions that just get flooded into their mind. And it's at that point that you recognize that there's no roof to this library. So the wall is relatively pretty easily scalable.
Houston has
by-
wings, so we can fly up in and then open the door for me.
That's true. Okay, cool. If we want to use Houston for this, I will say roll me a sleight of hand check using Houston's stat block.
All right. Can I use an inspiration for Houston?
You certainly can, yes.
That's better, buddy. Good job.
See, all of this is to get into the library before Yuri gets there.
Yep. I feel like she's got like 10 minutes. He had to poop. So, you know.
To put you
That was
guys
a piddle.
together, I
That was
swear.
definitely a piddle.
It's gonna be a 14.
14, cool.
Yeah.
14, yeah, there's the fact that Petra locked it today is pretty impressive. So yeah, 14 is enough that you like a little shimmying, a little bit of a something. Okay.
Roll for pissed off cat.
I rolled for pissed off cat. There's some heavy sort of scratching. So I will say this, Yori, you definitely see Gwen at from where you are at the top of the stairs to where Gwen kind of comes in. Because 14 is not, it's good. It's not great. So I will say it takes some time. That's where we get into this sort of space of like you see Gwen going into the library.
Yeah, I mean, even if he encountered, like he's focused on going directly to the forge because that's where his arm is. So he was hoping to catch Ara, but that's he's at least going to go over there because that's all he knows to do.
Okay.
But with Io there, I think he just goes, I'm going to the forge. Do you
would you have followed Yori?
Check on?
Yeah, I've been following Yori.
Okay, then you also see that. You also see Gwen go into the library.
Yeah. Yeah. You can keep working on your project with Al. I'll talk with Gwen. Good point. Good point about making deals. My plan wasn't really to make a deal with her. It was really to simply ask her to undo what she was gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do too. I wasn't gonna offer anything except for just say don't to undo it. But
in this moment right now, as you are halfway down the steps, Gwen, you are just on the other side of the door. Kara, you are literally holding like a molten piece of metal in a crucible in your hands. I might be forgetting one person in this, but all of you feel the mental link drop.
Gwyn, Yori, Kara, Amarantho.
Amaranth. Okay.
Oh,
So sorry,
Gwen is
not
going
Io.
to-
So Io, you're sorry,
Yeah,
Io,
Io-
you're still like in the middle of the conversation. You have no idea what the rest of Io just said was, as you recognize that.
Prim just, you know how you have you can feel it, right? Like that was definitely. It doesn't mean they're dead.
I wasn't linked up with y'all. Maybe I should.
Oh, I'm sorry, Prim. Yeah, Prim's connection just dropped. I think it just dropped. I can't. Can you reach out?
In this situation, yeah, it's probably best that I at least make sure she's still alive. And you see him bring his hand to his mouth, his mouth to his hand mouth, and he sends to Prim. Prim, the others just told me that you separated from everybody. What's going on?
You do not get a response.
I think with that, Io's gonna basically write to everybody. I'll meet up with y'all at the library later. I'm gonna make sure Prim's all good,
Cool.
and he's.
I will say, for the record, so it's because we've been specific about this before. Io, roll me. Use your spell modifier. Use that thing I never have people use.
Okay.
Not your spell attack, your spell modifier,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it's called.
I think I know what
professional
you're.
DM.
Proficiency bonus.
Charisma plus
No.
proficiency.
Oh, okay.
No,
Gotcha.
just charisma for the modifier.
Just charisma.
Okay, thank you. What am I rolling exactly? Oh,
Just roll charisma.
That's a dirty 20. Proletariat 20.
Perfect. So you do get the idea that your sending did go through. In a way of like we've hinted at this before, if it's a high enough roll at certain things, you might get an idea of like something is blocked because the figure is either Prim is not dead. You know that.
Right. But I would still, if it went through and I don't know what happened and we just had a dangerous fae playing
Right.
games with us, I feel like there'd be.
I think
It would be.
simplicity's sake, I would say to you, there's times when I think there was a time when you were sending to someone who is no longer on this plane, and they were no longer on this plane because they were dead. But that's kind of the ruling there. It's like if they were no longer on this plane, then it would be significantly difficult, and you would notice the change there.
Mhm. I think in this case, I will have. I'll pause as I'm kind of starting to walk off, and it's like, little man, before I make any decisions, let me consult everybody else. And he writes in his sending journal, okay, little man just filled me in. Y'all's connection to Prim just dropped. I tried to send her. I know it went through, so she's still with us, but she ain't respond. Do you think I should go back to the ball and see what's going on here?
Well, I will say, as soon as it dropped, there was a conversation with Alistair and Kara.
Okay.
Oh, because you would have felt it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll
felt
pause.
it.
We'll pause there, and we'll come because just in case this is pertinent to timing. So
Yeah, I
Alistair
don't know
and
if it
Kara,
will
go.
be. But
Yeah.
as soon as she feels it drop, she's going to keep doing exactly what Alistair says, but she's going to say, that mental link that Prim did, it's gone. I don't know if that's something we should be concerned about.
You need to go. You can go. I can't leave. I have to finish this.
Do you need me here?
No.
Okay. I don't have my sending book anymore, but keep yours on you so that no, keep yours on you because I'm going back to the party just in case we need to talk. I will go figure out what's going on with Prim because just that you got it here. I'm worried about her though. She said she was following after everyone else, so she was the last one at the party.
Sure, and yeah, and I will Nope, I won't do that because that's self spell. Okay, yeah, I'll be here. I'll I'll join you guys as soon as I can.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick. How long does this last? Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna just a quick sort of like little fun thing here.
Mhm.
Carrying that insight, because Jesus, and Alistair rolling a 2. It's up to you. I realize I'm opening this up, but it is truly up to you whether or not you think your character would do this. Kara, would you do what would be equivalent of like kind of like a second take, like or a second glance on like Alistair's like demeanor during this?
I think she would just to make sure he's doing okay. Like if he looks not okay in his choices, she's gonna obviously stay with him. But if he looks like he's just focused on his work and really wants to get this done, then
Yeah, Alistair.
You helped me in Celeste do some sewing, so we've done this before. I would say that the level of concentration that he has right now is 10 times more than that, but it's also like a divided concentration. Like he's definitely concentrating on what he's doing, but he's also you would know this maybe, but like there's clearly like there's an internal struggle going on.
okay. If I leave, I'll ask above board because we already rolled for the thing he's making. If I leave, does he have to re-roll to see if he can make it?
No. Not for
So, another question above board. I'm gonna first ask Alistair. No, I'll ask you first. Are any of the actions he's taking technically... Sorry, I don't know how to word this. She's gonna turn to Alistair and say, I know you don't like magic, but can I cover you? Can I just leave something with you because you're super focused? I don't want anybody to fuck with you while you're focused.
Put it over there.
Well, it's on you.
What was it? I understand. I don't have time for this. So if you're
Okay,
gonna do
just
something,
don't hit me when I do this. And then I'm gonna step back because I can do this at range, and I'm gonna do Blessing of the Guardian on him, which lasts for 10 minutes unless he attacks. Which was the kind of thing is like, is smithing technically attack rolls? Or spells, things like that. Is using an artificer feature a spell?
Okay.
But if this works, it would put him under sanctuary for 10 minutes.
Okay. I take that. I'm going to say, in the idea of this, Kara, does this take any sort of form other than like your spell? I guess what I'm asking is, are you, could this be flavored as like you saying to Mask, like, watch him, please?
Yeah, absolutely. It could be that.
Okay. Beautiful.
Huge and then double dash back to the party to make sure Gwyn isn't dead.
Cool.
Or Prim isn't dead. One of the Ims.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yori and Ao, you're having a conversation. You see Kara approaching, but before that happens, as we need to make sure timing is clear here, Gwen, you feel that drop. Do you have any... what is Prim... You're Gwen. What's Gwen's reaction to this?
Noticeable is it when she's already in this heightened sense of
That's a very
emotion,
good question.
and
That's a
she
very
has
good
a clear, she's hyper focused on this, on what she wants to do when she's inside the library. So I rolled a 5 or something.
Yeah. Not... I think 5... Yeah, 5 is really bad.
Yeah.
You're unaware.
And cool. So she is going in, she's pulling her hair up, she's sitting down at a desk, and she is starting a new Mordenkainen's private sanctum here in the library, because unless somebody drags her back in, she is not going back into that palace.
Okay.
This is her home now. So that's what she's doing for the next 10 minutes.
All right. Let's see. Just 1, 2, 3. Yeah. The entire UA is about to be on their own. Cool. Kara, you are running past. I think you see Yori and Io. The ending of that conversation, I assume, is Io going back to the party, Yori going to the forge. Would that be correct? Or do you want to continue that conversation?
Basically, after he would have kind of stopped to say, okay, I felt that drop, he would have written in the book and to say, hey, I think we should, I was filled in on everything, should I head back to the party? And he probably would have paused for a response before fully committing.
Nobody uses that here. And I'm going to cast Long Strider on him using Rune. It's part of the rune carver thing. So I just very quickly sort of like on some part of him, just that's not skin, just sort of, he just does it real quick. It kind of activates and he feels himself just 10 feet of movement speed for the next hour.
Okay. So yeah, I guess he's heading.
And then he takes off in the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Io is just out of sight when you see Kara running up.
Unless Kara specifically says anything, I think it's that Umbrella Academy moment, just driving past each other.
I mean, I think she would run, but as she's like running by, she might slow down a bit and be like, hey, Alistair's at the forge. He's working real hard right now if you want to go helping out.
Okay, I was going there anyway. Prims might be in danger. Io went back.
That's where I'm going.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
He might yell, grab your notebook.
I gave it to Ara.
Oh. And he keeps running.
Now another person that's now involved in the idea. What's going on there? That's weird. God, that's good. It's okay. He's in the sex room. All right. Okay, cool. So, I want to establish this. Alistair is working on the forge. Kara is running to catch up to Io. I will say probably catches up to Io so that they're both coming back into the party. Gwen, you are in the library by yourself, casting Private Sanctum. Yori, you are heading to the forge.
I have Houston for protection.
Fine. For protection.
I'm very scared for us after he so very specifically clarifies where everyone is.
Well, here's the thing.
Split the party 5 ways.
He
most
actually
certainly
hates
did.
us so much for
Sure
that that he's
did.
gonna find a way to just TPK us
You most
so that he can start all
certainly
back
did.
together with a new party.
I most certainly am. No.
Ceremony, guys.
It's a damn. He's having a
Guys,
Glorwyn
it was
moment.
just supposed to be a little
Glorwyn
ceremony.
moment.
That's it. Would have been fine.
The bathroom at the forge is better.
It makes the poops less stinky.
Hmm.
It's that open air concept, yeah.
Yeah.
They have scented rocks underneath the
Let's
toilet
use-
that like
It's like a sauna in there.
It sounds awful.
That sounds worse.
Hot
I
box
regret
your
my
poop.
choices. I regret everything.
hot, wet, and dangerous. Ooh.
Oh no. He's finding the perfect music to kill Prim to.
How do you think they feel the forge?
We break our tension.
So that's what they meant by coals.
Hmm. That's what all the weapons you have are made from.
Hey,
Yep.
Alistair said 5 logs.
7, actually.
5 to 7 logs.
7. See? She's a bad listener.
Okay, I'm trying so hard to make the horrible cacophony that is what's happening right now make sense.
And by that, he does not mean his players being absolutely unhinged.
No, feel free to.
We're amazing groups of people to have at a party when we're nervous. We just start randomly talking about poop.
Yep.
Mhm.
Poop and sex rooms. What could be better?
Yeah.
This is our cute,
Dude.
nervous, nerdy awkwardness coming out. Thanks.
I am so scared.
We are
It's gonna
adorable
be
this
great.
time.
we laugh so we don't cry.
Yep.
I do both.
Queen
It's
number
a
three.
Ted Lasso way.
For wine.
Boy,
I say as I'm wiping tears away.
Oh,
I'm have to
Oh,
again.
Guys, what is tonight?
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Don't worry about it.
yeah, there it is.
I can't hear
I'm gonna do one more thing here.
Bass boost that shit.
Man, why is that so much louder than the other? Okay, one more thing. Sorry, I need to make this right because it's so good and interesting. Yeah, there we go. Prim. You find yourself in all of your senses, more than just a telepathic bond pushing towards your sense of hearing, but much more has been taken from you. Your sight, your touch, your understanding in this moment of where you are. As the music from the hall is still lightly in the background, but shrouded in it's like well, where you are is in a forest. Green. Deep green. Beautiful, even a little dark. But it's not wind whistling through the trees. It's like as if there's like musical pipes that are being held out and the wind is just pushing through them, but they're enormous as you're hearing all sorts of tones. To those as high as wind chimes, to sounds that you don't hear but you feel. As you look to the ground, you see grass ankle high, patches of flowers, yellow, purple, and red. You see trees that are climbing but bending towards themselves or you. You notice that trees start to seem to climb up and then towards you, and as you start to look past them, you notice more of the trees are facing more towards you than up. Until the highest you look, looking past the trees in front of you, is a wall of the tops of trees facing you. You look in another direction, it's the same. North, south, east, west. You recognize that the area that you're standing in is the only patch where there is grass and no trees. As if someone turning on a spotlight. A light appears very suddenly, right in front of you. Something descends down from it. You see a very, very rough outline. It's hard to even make out as the light is just below blinding. But you see just the hint of a feminine form almost shadowing itself in that light. Like a darker silhouette, as if under a rain cloud. What is it they say in your world? Either very brave or very stupid. Why do you come to me?
I come to you to correct a situation.
Situation that I assume the fault lies on your side.
Then how do you want to go about this?
I see one way. In which your body and your mind will seem normal to everyone who cares about you. But the true nature of you will be locked in here with me. I'm open to other suggestions.
I feel like that would be potentially problematic. You know that our group is powerful. You know that we have plans. And you know that we plan on meddling with both of the courts. And you could potentially have a pawn, a knight, a piece that you could watch over to help pull some extra strings.
I know you're not offering yourself as one to act as a pawn, a representation of me. When you oh so boldly decided to jump into the first mind of a Fey spirit that you know nothing about.
We saved those kids from whatever EX was doing. I crushed whatever soul EX had left with my own hands. I'm not trying to intimidate you. I'm simply trying to state the usefulness that I have. I've known these people for 3 days. I have my own things that I need to get done, but if that means becoming your pawn to bring those children back to their parents, say within 50 feet of them, and right sound mind and body, and potentially giving me an extra edge in the Sealy Court, as that's where we're planning on heading to next, I see this as a potentially powerful relationship.
How? Intention. These words often are confused on your mortal tongue, for you know not what they mean.
Then help me understand.
Why?
I'm here now. I got into your mind once.
Do you feel that that's where you are?
In your mind? Potentially. And at the same time, not.
Not totally stupid, then. I'll show you what's happening on your end. You see a circle kind of open up, and you see you, Prim, are dancing with Amaranthium. You can see that she's looking at you, and there's a hint of concern in her face, but you're just a wry smile locked into her eyes. From the background, you can see Kara and Io entering. This could be it. You watching the rest of your life here. So, I recommend you stop pretending that you have any power here. Tell me what you want.
What I want? What I truly desire?
You can scoff at the notion, but it does exist.
I will not deny you of that. I understand that my desire to find those that I have lost, my need to figure out what happened to the people that have gone missing, those that have hurt me and or left me.
We're getting somewhere.
But I still want to save those kids.
I know you do.
And you made them go missing.
Intention misunderstood. Those children are fine. Frightened, yes. But my point needed to be made clear for the heroes of Iabellon. For everyone else in this room, that's what you are. But to me, you're all anomalies. I don't like anomalies.
And how would you fix this anomaly? I've been called that quite a lot through my life.
You're brave. I'll give you that. I imagine you and the others have talked. You understand what I am.
Since the second I saw you, I understood just how powerful you were. And I tried to ignore you all night. And then you did something that garnered my attention. And now we're talking about wants and desires. And I would love if I could get all that I wanted and desired.
You see the light move forward, closer to you, now inches from your face. The face itself actually pushes away from it. You can see just the outline sort of form of what you've seen the image of Annalise look like, or excuse me, Esalise look like. I need you to say it. What do you want?
I want to find those I have lost. Becky, Owen, Adelia, the kids.
See the figure lean in closer now, moving to your ear, slightly lower. I don't see why that's a reason for our meeting. Perfectly capable with your 3 limbs to find that on your own.
And yet, like you say, we are mortal. It took me over 5 years to figure out what happened just to Adelia. We have limited time.
Time is very limited for you.
I'm willing to cut corners and make deals.
See, that's the thing. I know that. You know that. But I need you to say it. What do you want?
I want to make a deal with you.
That a girl. So, what deal did you have in mind?
You return the children to their appropriate plane.
Yes.
With their parent/guardian. And they have to be returned in their appropriate bodies and minds. And I will be your eyes and ears in this group.
You see her. She had pulled back in this moment. You see her kind of like lifting her neck to the sky, stretching it out. Done. And you come back to where you were at the table as she is finishing her food. She eats it.
And Prim will make her way back to the table.
Okay. Kara and Io, you both come bursting in, and there's a moment of conversation that is going to be had. But we're not out of the woods yet. Alistair. Roll me a wisdom
what's
saving
up?
throw.
You got it. Say it, flash of genius just in case.
No.
Heard that.
Yep.
8.
You have inspiration.
You do if you want it.
17.
Okay.
Save it again.
Kara runs off. What are you doing right now, specifically, in the idea? Like, what do we see when we look at Alistair?
Yeah. So I think this is a moment, just because we planned it off. She had the molten metal, and I think he's pouring it into just the mold to let it sit, because it's still like that red hot but not liquid. He reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a strand of Gwen's hair. Look, he's weird. And wraps it around the ring, as it kind of, it doesn't burn like hair normally would, because this is a magical thing that he's making.
We'll say you. We'll start from you, and we'll start from you, like kind of like reaching down to pull the strand of hair. So you look down, and as you pull the hair up, you're staring at it, and your focus is on there. And as your focus is looking at the tiny strand of hair, it then shifts out to seeing Alistair looking back at you. What are you doing?
I'm taking control of the situation. What are you doing?
Why do you need... Don't you see what she's been doing for us? Look around. Look where you are. Look what... Why would you want to bottle that up?
Why are you so eager to help her?
Because I see where we are.
Yeah,
I see where we are everywhere. physically, emotionally, relationship-wise? What are you doing? You're gonna ruin it.
That's where we are, is not her. We were coming here no matter what. This was always the plan. She's not helping. She's a tool. She's
Alistair, you had a plan.
Yeah.
You had a plan many years ago to tell Gwen how you felt. You've had nothing but plans. How many of them have failed? Have you noticed that your plans have started to succeed? Are you so blind to not recognize that there has been a force behind that helping you along the way, and now you're trying to smother her?
You're right. There's always been plans, and they've failed every time. But you're wrong, because you know what? I only needed to succeed once. For every millions of failures there is, I only needed to succeed once. And I'm a success. And you know what? It's not her that got us here. It's not her that was always there. You know what else has changed in the past few months? There was someone else before her that came back, that's been here. And that's why I'm doing this.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to control him without her. You saw me try, you saw me fail, you felt me fail. We felt what that felt like.
Yeah. But you know what? We did stop him before, you and me. And Gwen and the rest. We did it. We can do it again. We are smarter now. We've failed many times since then. We know it doesn't work. We have a really good leg up on what does. They're not her ideas, they're ours. They've always been ours.
I realize the irony of this statement right now, but I don't get you. Your entire being, our entire being, has been built around the idea of the concept of learning and controlling and understanding power. And now it's at your fingertips and you want to imprison it away.
It's not controlling it, it's controlling us. This gives us time to figure out how to control. This is control at its best. Who else in existence right now can say that they single-handedly can hold back, even for a day, a being like Undulith? You saw the court mage in there. She's terrified of us, not for us, because of Undulith. What if we controlled that? If this works, this is the one success we need that leads us to the next. I'm not going to fight you on this. This is happening. We have a chance to do something great for us. imagine what we could do.
The tens of experiments where you've let materials burn away and go to waste. The hundreds of hours that you've lost in sacrificing your time and energy and understanding. We're not going to learn or understand or control or whatever you want to do with her if we don't let her in a little bit from ourselves. You know the history books, you understand the little that we know of what we came from. It started with them. It started with her, Alistair. There's no controlling it. I
agree.
don't know.
It is. It's weird to say this, but I don't get you either. Why would you so easily give up? That's not who we are.
What you see. What you see is poison to your brain. I see is a warm blanket for me to finally relax in. But like always, you see him reach out towards the strand of hair that you have between your hands, and he can't grab it. Like always, you win. And I'm not going to stand in your way.
You won't stand beside me either, will you?
When the day comes for me to make that choice, I don't think I'll be the one that's in control. Question would be, if it's you, her, or him.
Well, guess we'll find out how much of this really is us. And I'll reach down and wrap the hair around the ring.
So you reach down, you wrap it, you have to look down. And as you look back up, you see Yori standing in Alistair's place.
Yori,
You've seen Alistair staring at nothing for a few moments now.
He wasn't actively talking out loud, though. He was just okay. So
Yeah.
You okay?
Will be.
Need a hand?
I know, because this is what we said as a story, the ring is still hot. But for all intents and purposes, it's done. Hopefully we can agree on a not deadly level of hot. And I'm just gonna put it on. And I think in that moment, if my finger doesn't burn off, I think the camera does that thing where you're inside Alistair's head, where there's always these constant chatterings, even in the background, just like that constant like city noise. And for a brief moment, the whole world just goes silent for him. Everything in his head just stops, and for the first time in probably his whole life, it's just silent. No. Is Gwen still in the library?
Yeah. And he, as Alistair puts the ring on, he casts Healing Word. It's just 4 HP, but just a little bit of just in case. Kind of.
Interesting here. Alistair, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm an artificer. Yay. 18.
I'm so glad I waited to ask that. You feel the ring burning, branding your skin. You feel even through the power of that ring a want, a need to help. Let me cool it down. Let me save you. And before you even need to think to succumb to that, you feel the ring cool itself as Yori's casting a spell.
It's pretty hot when you first.
It was a matter of time. I need to go see a witch.
I know. I'll be here.
Hey, before I go, thanks. Just, but more than that, thank you.
Yuri's gonna give him a hug. Not a long hug, just kind of the grip, and then gives him the bro pats, and then see you later, and he'll start getting to work.
I'll leave my tools behind for you.
I think that's unsaid appreciated. I think he gets that.
Okay. Kara, Io, you are moving quickly back into the dining hall. You see, man, in this moment, I've actually even forgot what their name is. Something God, Gold, what?
Glorwyn?
Glorwyn.
Glory,
you see
you win.
Glorwyn.
Yes, see Glorwyn.
Glorwyn pop up in front of Io and just go, "Oh, thank God. Okay, great that you're back." And I think Io, you just like push past him. Like you do not need to engage if you don't want to.
He is going to somewhat push past him, but he's going to like kind of slide 2 bits in his palm and then just wink at him.
I don't take money.
Consider it an apology. Bye.
Kara, you're there as well as you.
I'm looking very confused at the exchange as I'm like, hey.
You're staying. You're staying, right? You're staying.
And I'm heading towards Prim, yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Prim.
Hi.
Roll me an insight check on yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Those are fun.
Yeah. 14.
14. The 14. At first, you're walking back feeling normal. Not much has felt like it's changed. I think there's a second where you think of like, did that whole conversation just happen in my head and it didn't actually happen? Like, you kind of like look back towards Esalise, who's not meeting your eye at all, who's now like seemingly conversing with the sovereign. Kara and I, you approach.
Yeah.
Prim, are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Insight check from.
Everything's good now.
This will be a
Yeah, I'm
moment. I'll
gonna
say
insight.
let's lean into the moment.
Okay.
We were we lost you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What
Shame.
happened?
Yeah.
It just accident. Problem solving.
Problem solving.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's way too vague.
I dealt with the kids. They're now where they're supposed to be.
What did you do?
Yeah, did you make a DEAL?
Yes.
Honestly, thank you for being honest. That's already. But
Love Io so
damn.
much.
Damn.
Thank you for being
Or kind of squints at Io for that.
It's so
And
good.
then
Sorry.
he definitely like he's getting goosebumps. Look, I'm just saying. But anyway,
You all left. You all
know.
ran away. So I dealt with it.
We weren't trying to run. I didn't have any other avenues of attack. All I had was potentially to work with Gwen. I didn't know what else to do. That bitch won't talk to me.
Yeah, well, she was willing to talk with me.
What would you have had us do, though? I don't know.
It's fine.
Prim, are you okay? What did she take from you?
I feel okay. Memory serves. I am her eyes and ears.
Okay.
Okay.
And we will handle situations going forward accordingly, meetings, whatnot. I will step away. I'm willing to go through with all of that.
It's fine.
She is not my voice. She is not my actions. She can observe.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you are okay.
Yeah. At this point, I know I sound real repetitive, but you're one of us now, so
I'm tired and I need some serious alcohol. Don't fuck with that mind.
I think we can do the alcohol. Glorwyn looks like
Yeah.
he's going to implode if we move towards that
I'm
door.
not going to leave. I need to
no,
sit.
you're good. Hey, Glorwyn.
Yes, yes. He's like 10 feet from you. He poofs closer to you.
Nice. So I think
Something extremely alcoholic.
Strong. Yeah.
Right away.
Thank you.
Cran mules. Cran mules with.
I don't
really
care.
heavy on the
Something
mule.
heavy alcoholic. Don't listen to him. Something heavy alcoholic. Just get it to me. I'm going to be at that table in 2 seconds. Understood?
Understood.
Thank you, Glorwyn.
Beats you there to the table. Has drinks there waiting for you as you go there.
But seriously, thank you for helping with the kids. And if you ever need to talk or need anything, let me know. I'm sorry I wasn't here to help. I probably. And just need to get priorities straight. Ara's fine. I should have been here.
You had your things, you had your situations. I had my things, I had my situations. I have dealt with them.
Well, I mean, good thing is Gwen has dealt with this and overcome it in the past. But I know not right now. Let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Let's get drunk. Yes.
So
And I know Gwen is going to be very upset with me for doing that.
Oh, I think Alistair might be taking the heat off of you, so.
Oh.
yeah, and honestly, your decisions are your own. So folk can feel how they want to
Kara
feel.
squints at Io again.
Listen. I was handling Glorwyn. You all were running away. I'm trying to get this thing situated and done so I can spend the rest of the night with Amaranthyl. The kids disappeared and went to the wrong location, so I handled it. I made a deal, and they are where they need to be.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with it. And we'll deal with what's next. As long as you let me continue.
All right.
Amaranthyl appears close by. Oh, there you are.
Hey.
I've been wondering where you've been.
Sorry, I had a situation I needed to handle, but I'm back.
I understand.
I'm gonna start to pull Io away, and we'll be
Oh,
like,
you don't need
you
to.
guys,
Io,
you guys
Io,
can take
Oh,
him.
Io
Okay.
can read the room.
Yeah, no,
he's
Prim
not
Prim
oblivious.
full PDA, like hand on hip, like pulls herself into
I'll do you one
Amaranthyl.
better.
Yeah.
She sits on your lap.
Amazing.
And then she just starts to kind of like stroke the back of your head. Like this is her head, this is your head, and she's stroking your head. At this. The rest of you notice there's a couple eyes around this table. I mean, there's Fey love, but that's a little uncalled for, a little PDA like, a little too much PDA.
I mean, at this point, with who we are and what we are, I think I just assume eyes are always on us.
Cool. Yeah, that's fair. You see Amaranthyl look down at you, Prim. Have I told you how amazing you look in that dress?
Have I told you how amazing you look in yours?
Mm-hmm. Goes in full on like hardcore makes out with you. Couple people pass by and just
pulls up enjoying the show. Fuck off.
They keep on walking. She grabs your face and brings you back to it. Kara, and Io, actually, I think she just like kind of appears like, what's Mom doing? I say to
I would just have ignored Seda and gone straight to Zara.
Okay. So Io is just like,
I would literally just be like, how about we get a drink?
this is, yeah, okay, this is a lot.
Yeah, this is one of those kind of things where it's like, let's play a drinking game.
Yeah, okay. I've never seen my mom like that. As she walks off the scene. Kara, you go to Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you say? She like, there's that whole thing, and then as soon as she sees it, she's like, yeah, of course. She actually says to the guards, like, you guys can stop doing that for them, okay? That's... Sorry.
I
will say that was the first time I actually really kind of stood up for myself with the guards, though.
That's good.
Fun.
No, that's great. I just want to check how you're doing tonight. Has been kind of a mess.
Yeah, I'm okay. Whoa.
There's a lot of weird things happening right now. I don't know how to handle it, but something's happening.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, it's ready for today to be over, which, by the way, I don't know much about Glorwyn, but I think he was on the verge of imploding. So if
He looks a little stressed. Maybe we can just do the ceremony with the three of us. I don't know how much longer Amarantha will let Prim keep her dress on, so probably the sooner the better.
Kara, I can't believe I'm saying this in the Feywild, but you might want to get them both out of here.
Do you think... Glorwyn?
I know we're the Fey, but, and then, Glorwyn. Yes!
Hi.
Oh, good lord.
I think wow. You should, Io and I will stay for the ceremony and accept all the gifts. I think you need to perhaps show that party to a private room.
Yes.
Expeditiously.
Yes. Absolutely. Hey. And like you see him just off. We won't play into the details. But unless you want to fight this, Prim. Prim and Amarantha are escorted out. It's okay to say I will send your reward in the mail. Go do what you need to do.
Thanks, K, bye.
Yeah. I think Glorwyn kind of like pops back here. Okay, well, that's one less person we'll have but at least we'll have.
So Io's over there getting drinks with.
Great.
Seda. So we'll just accept the awards for the entire party. I mean, obviously, as the leader, the one who made the deal with the princess to begin with, that led to this whole thing. It makes sense for me to accept the awards on behalf of the party.
Okay, well, two is not gonna. Sarah speaks up. I'll be a part of it.
As she should.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, 3 is not. It's not 6 or 7.
Well, I suppose we should each get 2. You can do it with 3.
Yeah.
Glorwyn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know the best part about a party is that you never know where the night will take you, but you just go along with the ride.
For a changeling, You sure you're not? I know you're not, from here, but you sure you're not from here? All right, everybody get up on stage. And there's, I think, like, in this, there's a couple of other scenes I want to play out, but there is a full scene of, like, no words, but Kara, Io, and Sarah getting this full, like, end of Star Wars, like, medal, like, being placed upon you. There's a lot of clapping. Some are like, some of these figures who've been here long enough and have been drinking long enough are like having to sit while they're clapping. But yeah, there is this moment of like pure congratulation. I'll say honestly, like, above board, depending on how these next scenes go, we might just come back to this. But I'm going to pause you there. That was beautiful. I love that. I'm going to pause you there. Gwen and Alistair. Gwen, as you are finishing the spell, you feel what would be equivalent to a knock at your the sanctum spell that you cast.
You will look up to see who it is. Yes. And she's ushering him in, but she's already pulling out papers and pens and just various debris from everywhere.
Yeah, I will just cross the threshold and stop. I know I'm a horrible person, and I know.
You're fine. We have a lot to do in very little time.
Okay,
and I want to leave here.
Hey, just for 1 second. If I'm gonna be
Are you telling me to be quiet right now?
Gwen, if I'm gonna be a jerk, then just let me be a jerk for a second. Okay, I'm sorry.
Prim and Amaranthiel are here, running by at this point.
I did it for now, and
did what?
It's me, and it's just me for the moment, and I didn't know how long I would have, but you gave me the opportunity to do it, so I had to do it before I ran out of time. But we have more time now.
Just you.
Just me. Gwen, I love you too. I always have. And I know that I'm gonna screw it up over and over. And I don't know if that will ever stop.
Listen, I'm not any better at this than you are when it's for real. So let's mess it up together. Just us.
Hey, the good news is it only has to work once.
You said that to me, like the first day we met.
Yep. And we're gonna figure that out. And tomorrow, after you've slept, if you still want to burn the whole fucking Feywild down.
Alistair, we're not gonna sleep.
Okay.
We're not gonna sleep.
Does this thing keep anyone out, or just...
Yes.
I really... That satyr finds somewhere to stay.
Yes.
I mean, don't make me say it. You slam the door behind you as you go in, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The barrier can be like foggy, so it definitely gets foggy.
Great.
Steamy, one might say.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I
There's
love
a new
that.
restroom in the Feywild.
You find a yeah. Anyways, joke. Insert joke there. So in this moment, we have we feel the fade start to kind of come up, giving that sort of sense of the episodic sort of finale. As yes, there it is. Finale as we see instead of it moving upwards towards the sky as it starts to, it zooms forward to Yori. Yori, I think you're starting to see the pieces together. You haven't gotten started yet, but they're all laid out in front of you. What are you thinking or saying or doing in this moment that is like prepping you for this, like what you're going to be working on?
Well, I think first of all, knowing that Aura has the notebook right after Alistair left, I would have written in the notebook in Sylvan to Aura, asking him to come and help. You know, I don't know if he would actually show up, but at least this time it'd be in a language he understood. At this point, having everything laid out, I think he's going through and out loud he's saying the names of each of the people in the in his clan, and I think he also probably has his armor back on at this point and has the at least the jacket off for, like, you know, like the and as he says the names, he's touching pieces of the armor, touching little places where there are these little dents or pockmarks where each one of these people just hit him as hard as they could in love, because that's how they test that armor. That's how they showed, that's how you prove that you know what you're doing, that you go around and each person gets one. And so there are these little marks where if someone held back, if they had not hit him as hard as he knew they could, it would have been them telling him they thought he wasn't good enough, you know, that his armor wasn't good enough to take their full hit. And instead, each mark is a mark of someone's trust in his workmanship.
As you run your hands along those marks, there's a moment after letting out maybe a soft sigh. You hear a voice. How do you know a one-armed person is always winning at poker?
I don't know.
You see a figure appear in front of you. Because they always have the upper hand. Hello, Yori.
Hey, old man.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you all next week.